and alignments with brands like Mastercraft, Cooper, and Goodyear, regular and modified state inspections, major and minor vehicle repairs. We also have ASE certified mechanics. We appreciate every one of our customers. Call us today at 304-927-2250 to schedule your next appointment. We are open Monday through Friday. Slate Auto and Transmission, quality repairs by people who care.
Come into Stats Pharmacy, where our patients' good health is our main concern. We have a drive-through window where you can conveniently drop off and pick up your prescriptions and over-the-counter medications. Refill your prescriptions anytime online at www.statspharmacy.com or from your iPhone or Android phone using the
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to week number 3 of high school football across the great state of West Virginia. Week 3 is traditionally when mathematics begins to filter into daily conversations about high school football. Number crunching becomes a way of life for many fans, analytically attempting to gauge possibilities for their chosen programs for the rest of the season. After tonight, official SSAC rankings will be produced, and those who frequent WestVirginiaTailgateCentral.com will spend an inordinate amount of time picking scenarios in the prognosticator in attempts to cover all angles that could lead to a playoff ticket for their team. With that being said, here are some interesting early season numbers. After only 2 games of the season, of the 112 programs in West Virginia, just 40 remain undefeated, 12 of 32 in Class AAA, 12 of 37 in Class AA, and 16 of 43 in Class Single A. So much is still to be determined, but those few 2-0 teams remaining have certainly helped their causes early. Tonight, along the banks of the Elk River in Clay County, West Virginia, 2 of those 12 Class AA teams will engage each other in combat. And after tonight, only one will remain flawless. The history between Roane County and Clay County athletically runs deep in the blood of both communities. And to say the history has been tense would be an understatement of massive proportions. As much as 2 high school programs can, quote, hate each other, unquote, is about as much ire as these 2 programs have harnessed for each other in terms of rivalries and fandom. As it is in the movies and comic books, every hero needs a villain. Every protagonist needs an antagonist. And if one were to ask fans of each side, each would have a very different idea of who was the good guy and who was the bad guy. However, this rivalry that had built so much animosity over the years took on a much different feel in 2019 with the incredibly tragic loss of Raider senior Alex Miller during a football game with the Panthers at Clay County High School. All of Roane County was devastated and in need of so much support and love. One of the first to reach out was the Clay County community and football program, who were also directly affected on that terrible night. Through unbelievable tragedy and heartbreak, these 2 programs will forever be linked. And as far as athletics go, the rivalry as it was will no longer be the same. And perhaps that is just one more of the many effects that number 80 had on this earth. Roane County returns to Bradley Field tonight for the first time since 2019, with Clay County agreeing not to play at home until Alex's closest friends and teammates had graduated. A first-class move by the Panthers. And there can be no doubt that for anyone who was here in this facility that night, Alex Miller will be on their minds, including this broadcaster. We will say a little prayer, think of Alex fondly for a few moments before kickoff, and then continue to honor his memory by closing another chapter in the healing process by doing what he loved, stepping onto the football field and playing the game. And play the game these 2 teams will, and there is much at stake tonight. There is the rivalry, albeit healthier than in years past. There are playoff points to be earned. There is a chance for one team to remain undefeated, and there is the opportunity to earn bragging rights for another full year. These 2 teams offensively could not be more divergent. It's the punishing ground game of the Raiders versus the air raid passing attack of the Panthers. Perhaps that is the only difference. Both teams possess incredible intensity. Both teams are among the most physical in Class AA. Both teams are undefeated, and both teams want to win this football game more than perhaps any other on their regular season schedules. The 2022 edition of Roane County versus Clay County begins now. Roane County, say it with me. It's time to kick the tires and light the bonfires. It's time for Raider football, live from Bradley Field on the campus of Clay County High School. Raider football is once again on the air. From Reedy to Walton, Newton to Spencer, and all points in between, we welcome you to WVRC 104.7 FM's coverage of your Roane County Raiders. Andrew Miller alongside Matt White and John Penna. Joe McDonald is with us once again from A&M Digital Technologies, providing graphics providing instant replays and our scoreboard updates. Katie Nutter is our camera person. George Allen is our studio technician back at WVRC Control. John, here we go once again, and this time it's for the first time on this field for quite a while. Obviously, talking to Coach Paul Burdett before the game started, he mentioned that he went straight to the spot and had to do that and had to kind of get that closure, as I think everybody who was here has to get here tonight. And then you have to focus on a football game, and it's a very important one.
Yeah, it's a big one. It's one that these guys have had circled for a couple years now. Last year, Roane County not able to play Clay County because of the COVID protocol. We tried everything that we could possibly do to get that game in and underway, and it just didn't work out. So Clay County took the forfeit, and Roane County went on to have a great season last year. And Clay County really left a kind of a bad taste in their mouth when they had to take that forfeit loss. It kind of kept those guys out of the playoff picture. So, yeah, tonight this is a big one, man. There's so many layers to this football game. Of course, myself coaching these guys, coaching the young guys, played against a lot of these kids. It's just going to be an intense game from kickoff till the end of the game.
Sans a couple of years when Roane County in the early 2010s were a dominant force, and they beat Clay County relatively handily. Although this series is in favor of Roane County 17-8 in wins, most of those games have been incredibly close football games. So I would imagine that this could be another one of those barn burners for the coaches. Paul Burdett in his 12th year at the helm for Roane County, 58-55. He has 5 playoff appearances, 2011 through 13, and then 16, and most recently last year on that magical run to the state quarterfinals. Jason Nichols is in his 7th year. He has really done a great job of turning this program back around. They are 39-21 under his direction. 1 playoff appearance 2 years ago in 2020. Those are the 2 coaches here tonight. Now, John, obviously the eyes of the state are on this game, but the eyes of Roane County are going to have to be on 2 things. Number 1, the quarterback, Noah Collins, in the shotgun, and number 2, a plethora of wideouts that he's going to throw to.
Yeah, they love the air raid offense, and if you go back to 2020, Drew, that's what they had, and that was kind of the offense that they set up. Well, these guys have been coached and played together for a long time, just like the guys here at Roane County High School, so those guys have an opportunity here to throw the ball around a little bit.
On behalf of Katie Price tonight, Lord, we ask God that you would just move and help her, Lord, as she fights for her life against cancer. Lord, we just ask that you would just have your hand upon her. You use this battle as a great testimony to all the world about your grace and your mercy in this life. And we just ask that you help us to support her however we can. And we'll thank you for the outcome of it all. In Jesus' name, amen.
Very appreciative of the prayer going up there to a local community member fighting cancer. So we wanted to respect that, and we just had to pause for a second. So back to this offense, John Penna. Yeah. It starts at the quarterback with the 6'1 sophomore Noah Collins. He has thrown 68% of his passes completions to his receivers, 43 of 63, almost 500 yards passing in 2 games, John. He has thrown 1 TD and 3 interceptions. Now, they'll get down the field with the pass, and then they'll use Geno Sams to run the ball in.
Yeah. When the receivers get the ball in their hands, though, they're looking for that yardage afterwards. They're not going to stop running. They're going to continue to turn their legs out. But then they have a nice running back in Geno Sams. He's punched a few touchdowns in this season. I think he's a top 10 rusher on the season as well. So Roane County's defense has to settle down and really pay attention to detail against this pass-heavy offense.
Yeah, Sams with 114 per game in 2 games and 4 touchdowns. But the big threat at wideout is going to be B.J. Williams, the 5'7 junior. He's a speedster. He's quick. He's elusive, and he runs hard after the catch. He's got 22 receptions for 178 yards this year. But for Roane County, on top of the fact that they're going to have to take care of that on defense, offensively, they have got to be just as they are. They have to be who they are. They've got to punish up front. They've got to open up holes and let their running backs eat.
Yeah, and that's just what we've been able to do going back to last season and in these first 2 games of the season, you have Begler that goes for over 100 in both games. You had Delk last week that was able to go over 100, but it all starts up front at the offensive line, Drew. Just a good group of guys that have played a ton of football and a lot of starts in their varsity career.
And a 3-headed monster for Roane County. Briar Begler averaging 153 yards per game. He's got a pair of touchdowns. Skylar Delk came off a massive game last week against Lincoln County. He's at 206. That's 100 per game and 4 touchdowns. Don't forget about Shea Harper. He's carried the ball just 10 times, but he's carried it for 103 yards. That's an average of 10.3 yards per rush for Harper. And then you filter in a little bit of Colton Paxton that we saw a little bit last week, and that doesn't even mention the new kid, Brandon Richardson, who is finally back here tonight.
Yeah, and we'll see how much Brandon gets an opportunity to play here tonight, coming off of a broken nose. But another weapon to add to this offense. I mean, come on. It's kind of like playing in an all-star Madden game. But it's going to be nice to see the offense, though, go up against a pretty good defensive front from what I've seen in Clay County. I know a lot of these kids. We've played against them forever. So it's going to be nice to see how our offensive line matches up with a good defensive front.
As Coach Burdett said, and as we watched during the 2 films we had of the first couple of games, Roane County is going to have to play to the whistle, and they are going to have to gang tackle these players for Clay County. Yards after contact and yards after catch have been massive for the Panthers.
Yeah, we just have to hit and wrap up, and I think that's one of the things that Colton Paxton will do here tonight. He coming off of a 20-tackle game last week, just a leader of that defense, but I think Roane County knows what's ahead of them. We've seen it on film, and I think we're ready. And I think the coaches have got these guys lined out just right.
Raiders started with the 30-20 victory over St. Mary's, a steady first quarter and second quarter, followed by a little slower second half for the Raiders. Still got the victory, a dominant victory over Lincoln County High School, 36-0 for Clay County. Led off on the road at Midland Trail with a big win, 44-22 in a deluge of rain. Followed that with a victory here against Philip Barber last week, 36-30 in a close ball game. And we are just about ready to go here for kickoff tonight from Bradley Field. We'll take a break for our sponsors. When we come back, we'll have more pregame coverage, including the coach's quarter interview with head coach Paul Burdett. Following these messages, you're listening to WVRC 104.7 FM.
It's summertime, 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 summertime.
It's summertime and you just blew a hydraulic hose on your tractor. Your hay is down and the rain is coming. What do? Call Willard Starchers. They can repair or make you a new hose to get you back on the job quickly. Willard Starchers has belts for your mower, batteries, small engine, and ATV parts. They even keep 5-gallon buckets of hydraulic fluids too. When you need parts for repairs, who you gonna call? Willard Starchers. Dial 927-2520. Open 7 days a week.
It's summertime, summertime,
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your Erie agent in Spencer is the Ashley Insurance Agency. Get a quote at 304-927-2175.
Erie Insurance will be opening us tonight with their rendition.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who
Our house is a very, very, very fine house.
This is Jennifer Board-Nichols at Board Depew Realty. So many things have changed around us lately, and we are all concerned about what the future holds. During these uncertain times, we want you to know that one thing will not change, and that's the service and the professionalism we will offer you at Board Depew Realty. My grandmother started this company over 64 years ago, and one thing hasn't changed. If you use Board Depew Realty to buy or sell your home, you are guaranteed to receive service that is guided by principles like honesty and wisdom and a conscience. Owning a home is the American dream, and that hasn't changed. So let Board Depew Realty show you the way to that dream. Even if the times are changing, principles and service shouldn't. So let Board Depew Realty show you that some things remain the same.
Our house is a very, very, very fine house.
Hello, this message comes to you courtesy of Brandon Dental Associates, conveniently located on Hospital Drive in Spencer, West Virginia. Periodontal disease, commonly called gum disease, is prevalent among adults of all ages and can lead to tooth loss. Practicing daily oral hygiene and obtaining regular, professional, preventive dental care is paramount in the prevention of gum disease. Call Brandon Dental in Spencer, West Virginia at 304-927-2775 for your family's dental care.
We welcome you back to Bradley Field as we continue our pregame coverage. And we talked to head coach Paul Burdett just a few minutes ago. Let's hear what he had to say about tonight's contest. All right, welcome back, folks. I'm standing here in our usual spot just past the end zone facilities building side here at Bradley Field in Clay County, West Virginia. Coach, right off the bat, let's touch base on this. Your all's first time back here since the tragic loss of Alex Miller. Obviously, you guys keep that close to your hearts, and you give yourself a little time before the game to think about that, and then it's time for business.
Yeah, always, Drew. Alex is with us every day, and that's why I told my guys last night. Not just tonight, it's every day. Alex is with us. Yeah, I got off the bus and went straight there. I went straight there. I had to do that.
Yeah,
I had to go there and feel better about it. And I know that guy's always with me. It makes me feel better.
The great thing is you've got guys who know what is the job here tonight, and the job is to try to go 1-0 this week and to try to go 3-0 on the season. The first 2 weeks, successful, but still lots of things you guys can build on. How has practice been this week in anticipation of this big game?
It's been normal, Drew. Good week of practice. Guys kind of stepped it up and pretty focused all week long. I like what they did, and we've worked hard, so I'm excited to see what happens here tonight.
Obviously, in a game of this magnitude, there are emotions running high on both sides. How do you address that with your guys, how to stay focused with that intensity and not let it boil over?
It's basically the same message I give every week, Drew, and it can't change here tonight. We got to be 100% on every play. We got to be the most physical team on every play, and we got to play between the whistles, and that's it. You know, the message doesn't change. We just got to make sure we keep our heads and do what we're supposed to do.
I mentioned in the pregame intro, Coach, this is a stylistic, complete opposite as far as offenses are concerned. You guys are a power running team. You can throw the ball, but we know what they like to do, and that's just air it out. I called it the air raid passing game, or as close as we'll see to that in AA.
Yeah, they like to do it, and they're good at it. We got to be able to take care of that, obviously. You know, we got to be able to take care of coverage. We got to be able to be solid in the box when they decide to run, and we got to put pressure on the quarterback. And when we get the ball back on offense, we got to take care of our blocking assignments. We got to run hard. We got to take care of the ball, and we got to work the pass in when we can.
Well, it's going to be a very electric environment here tonight. As everyone knows, this is two AA teams who are one of just 12 teams in Class AA still left undefeated. Of course, it's early in the season, but the state's watching this game, and that's good because that means you guys are getting to where you want to be.
Yeah, you know, I hope there's a lot of people watching, but to be honest with you, the only thing I care about is my 42 guys and my coaching staff right now until about 10 o'clock tonight, and then we'll see what happens. You know, so I hope everybody's got their eyes on, I guess.
Yeah, you got the blinders on. We know that, and that's good. Kids stay focused on the game. Coach, as always, the health of your team this week got a nice cog in the wheel back, at least in some part.
Yeah, everybody's here. Everybody's healthy. Brandon Richardson's dressed tonight, and it's the first time we get to see him in a Raider uniform during the season. Nose is healed, and he practiced with us all week again and ready to go. Couple days last week off and on, but nothing major, but back at it this week full go, and we're excited to see what he brings to our team. We'll find out here in a little bit.
Well, Coach, we wish you the best of luck. It's good to finally be back to close some open wounds and have a great opportunity to go to 3-0 against a Clay County program. We wish you the best of luck.
Thanks, Drew. We appreciate it.
More pregame coverage. Let's send it back to the guys underneath the canopy. Underneath the canopy we are, folks. This is certainly the most interesting location that we have for broadcast. We are in the stands with the visitors' side with the Roane County faithful, and we're in the best vantage point we can get to see the entirety of this field. National anthem just finishing up on the field as the band will head off. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for both of these teams. First off, for the Panthers on offense.
Like you said, Drew, the best view we can get in the house is only about 70% most of the time. It's a rough one down here, but it's going to be a rough game as well. Clay County comes in with a really tough offensive line. Led off left tackle, 6'1", 246-pound senior Noah Casto. The left guard, the big boy, 6'1", 392, Charlie Cottrell. He's a senior. And the center is 6'1", 228-pound junior Landon Williams. The right guard, a 5'9", 192-pound junior Braden Black. And the right tackle, the 5'9", 180-pound senior Jacob Morton. You'll see 4 wide receivers for the majority of this contest. And first off, the 2 splits, a 5'9", 168-pound sophomore Aiden Brown and the 5'6", 112-pound sophomore Josh Beard. The 2 slot guys, a 5'10", 164-pound senior Mateo McKinney and the 5'7", 160-pound junior B.J. Williams. The running back tonight, a 6'1", 178-pound senior Geno Sams. And commanding this offense, this high-powered air raid offense, a 6'1", 163-pound sophomore Noah Collins.
Along the front of the 4-4 stack defense for Roane County, these 4 are going to have to contain and pressure Noah Collins. It'll start with the defensive ends. Ori May, 6', 170-pound senior, and Matthew Schaefer, a 6'1", 200-pound senior. D tackles, Jacob Bunner, the junior, rolls 6'2", 285, and Christian Jarvis, the senior, 6'1", 225. Outside linebackers, these guys will be in coverage a good bit tonight. Briar Begler, the senior, 5'8", 165, and Shea Harper, the 6', 175-pound sophomore. Inside backers, Colton Paxton having a massive start to his senior season, 6'1", 210-pound senior, and Skylar Delk, a 6', 180-pound senior. You will see Brandon Richardson along that linebacking core as well, looking for some help in the secondary. Here is your secondary at one corner, the junior Andy Jetton, 5'11", 175, and Lane Watson, the sophomore, 6'1", 175. Your safety, Sawyer Hunt, the junior, 5'10", 150.
We're going to see a lot of a 5-man front to try to combat this heavy offense from Roane County. Up front for the Clay Panthers, the defensive ends, a 6'1", 178-pound senior Geno Sams. The other end, a 5'11", 186-pound senior Silas Burdett. The 2 D tackles, 6'1", 246-pound senior Noah Casto, and the 5'9", 192-pound junior Braden Black. And the nose tackle, the 5'9", 180-pound senior Jacob Morton. Don't let his size fool you. He will wreak havoc in the backfield throughout the night. The 2 linebackers, 5'10", 164-pound senior Mateo McKinney, and the 5'9", 159-pound sophomore Landon Elliott. The 2 corners, 6'1", 163-pound sophomore Noah Collins, and the 5'6", 112-pound sophomore Josh Beard. The 2 safeties, the 5'9", 168-pound sophomore Aiden Brown, and the 5'7", 160-pound junior B.J. Williams.
As the front line goes, so goes the Raider rushing attack. The front 5 for the Raiders. Left tackle, Noah Jett, the sophomore, 6'2", 255. Left guard is Jacob Bunner, the junior, 6'2", 285. Matthew Schaefer at center, the senior, 6'1", 200 pounds. Colton Albright, the right guard, the senior, is 6 foot, 210 pounds. Christian Jarvis, your right tackle, the senior, is 6'1", 225 pounds. Wide out is Lane Watson, the sophomore, 6'1", 175. The H-back is Shea Harper, 6 foot, 175, and a sophomore. And again, you'll see Brandon Richardson on offense in some capacity tonight as well. Your running backs, both averaging over 100 a game, both over 1,000 last year. Skylar Delk, the 6 foot, 180-pound senior, and Briar Begler, the 5'8", 165 senior. The freshman quarterback is Jacob Greathouse, 5'9", 145 pounds. Captains meeting out at midfield. Roane County in the visiting white jerseys here tonight with the maroon pants, maroon helmets with the white stripe down the center. The Raider R on both sides in bright white. And for Clay County, navy blue jerseys and shorts, bright yellow letters and numbers, bright yellow helmets, and yellow trim for them as well, as the PA announcer is obviously recognizing
This time we'll have a moment of silence.
Alex Miller, and we will have a moment of silence for him.
Thank you.
Class act by the PA announcer and by Clay County High School for that recognition. Obviously, that has been on the minds of Roane County fans and the coaching staff and the players who were here. And here's an opportunity, a few years later to try to continue that process of healing and close another chapter on it, being able to step onto this field for another time.
Yeah, just a an opportunity for Roane County here to honor him tonight, in how they play.
You do that, you remember this rivalry is no longer the same, no longer just as just nasty and bitter as it is, but it's still a rivalry, and these two teams want to beat each other badly. Roane County wins the toss, and for the third straight game, John, after winning the toss, they're going to go on offense. It worked against St. Mary's. They fumbled the opening kick last week against Lincoln County. You'd love to get them going early and often.
Yeah, it's the MO for what Coach Burdett likes to do. He likes to get the football and go down, try to score, and put some guys' backs against the wall. Roane County coming out fired up here this evening, but I'm telling you what, this is going to be a chippy football game. There's a lot of stuff that's been said throughout the week.
Raiders will carry Alex Miller's charcoal gray jersey out with them to the sideline, and we are just about ready for a big matchup in Class AA in the state of West Virginia. Both teams 2-0, 2 of just 12 total AA teams undefeated in the first 2 weeks. And obviously both these teams about to take a massive leap up in competition levels.
Yeah, this game has been circled, Drew, for the last 2 years, and we are at all zeros about to kick this ball off, or receive the kick.
Again, we are in the visiting stands right above the Roane County sideline as Clay County will kick off from right to left as you're looking at your screen. Back deep to receive, Briar Begler, Shea Harper. We're going to have trouble knowing where the numbers are. We'll do the best we can. Kicking off.
Begler and number 31, Shea Harper.
For Clay County, Jackson Brown, a 5'9" freshman. Brown approaches. Leg in. We are underway. Roane County and Clay County. Harper takes the opening kick up the middle. Cuts off a defender, and he has got good positioning here, just shy of the 35-yard line. And Roane County will begin their first drive of the game.
Looks like Elliott in there on the stop. But Roane County, pretty decent field position here to start off their first drive.
1st and 10 between the hashes. Left to right, Roane County goes. Footing will consistently be an issue here at this field. Not a lot of grass on it. It's going to get chunked up pretty good. Raiders will start with back split. Cleveland off the bats, and I think Roane County trying to catch that momentum of the Panthers.
Yeah, when they are wanting to make some contact early and often in this football game, that's a great way to start for Roane County.
Marking off 5. It looks like it's 1st and 5 at the 41-yard line, I believe, or close to that. So the Raiders using the emotions of the Panthers front line against them. And they're going to reset.
Nice if we get some help from the scoreboard operator on the position of the ball. That would be fantastic.
Watson split to the near side. Backs again split. Delk and Begler. The freshman Greathouse under center. Hand off. Delk. 2 hands on the football. Fighting out to the 45-yard line, maybe to the 46. He'll be right near that first down mark. And you saw B.J. Williams trying to rip at that football.
Yeah, McKinney there. The first guy on the spot, and then Williams comes in and cleans that up. Decent pickup there of about 4.
They'll need about a half yard to get the first down. Second down and very short, just past the 45 of Roane County. Opening drive here of the ball game. Back split once again. Greathouse Going to roll. He'll dump it out. He's got Begler in the flat. Begler got the first down, and he's going to be shoved out of bounds just past midfield for the first. Little wrinkle.
Yeah, first time that we've seen that this season, Drew. But you know what? When the defense is coming at you, they're going to pin your ears back and come at you. You might as well dump the thing off, and that's a nice asset to be able to have there in the offense.
Raiders move the chains, 1 first down into Panther territory at the 49, left to right from the near hash. Beautiful weather here tonight. Clear and cool.
Hopefully no cramping.
Greathouse checking with his back. Split again. Delk and Begler. Quick hitter, Skylar Delk. And Delk fighting, pushing his feet into the ground. Kicking up some of that turf. And he'll have a nice couple-yard gain. Point of contact was the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Morton in there to make a tackle down low, but like you said, Delk continuing to turn those legs to pick up some yardage. Roane County's offense just used to that.
Greathouse standing away from the Raider huddle. Gets the call from the Roane County sideline. Watson again to the near side split. Now they'll move Harper to the wing on the near side as well. Greathouse goes under center. Scissors misdirection play. Harper nowhere to go the first try. Moves to the outside, and he'll be locked up for a loss on the play. Waves of blue jerseys.
Yeah, Collins came out from that corner spot, Drew. He's just kind of almost a hybrid defensive end out there, and I'm sure that Clay County has watched this kind of counter back on film. It's been a big play for Roane County so far throughout the first 2 games.
Loss of 1, 3rd and 8. Ball resting at the 48 of the Panthers. Nestled between the 2 hash. Greathouse once again under center. Snap back. He'll fake the give. Rolling near side. Looking. He'll dump it backside. He's got Paxton. What a catch by Colton Paxton on the backside drag. He tipped it to himself at the 34-yard line and came down with a big catch. Nice throw, though, by the freshman.
Yeah, if you look back and you can watch this replay, you see Collins lead with a helmet, Drew. And some fans here on the side want a flag thrown, but a nice completed football. Beautiful play.
9:40 and rolling, first quarter action. Raiders move the chains, 1st and 10 at the 31 of the Panthers. Roane County to heavy now. Power I, Begler looking for room. He's got lots of it. Try to hold on to that football, buddy. Still pushing forward, and he's got lots more yardage. He had some help from Noah Jett, Colton Paxton, Christian Jarvis in there to help, and Jarvis is absolutely lit up.
That's what you love to see from your offensive line, Drew. They know that those yards came from them, continuing to push him down the field. Tell you what, Geno Sam's trying to strip the football there, actually helped Begler out.
You can see that's going to be a point of emphasis for the defense of Clay. Once you get the runners locked up, they want to strip at the football. 1st and 10, Roane County at the 16 of the Panthers. 9 minutes and rolling, quarter number 1. Heavy package left, Cleveland, and offsides again. Go the front line of the Panthers, again, utilizing that energy and enthusiasm of the front line. They want to move quickly.
Yeah, that's just good coaching right there, Drew. Call that thing and allow Roane County to pick up some nice, easy yards and down inside the red zone with an opportunity here.
1st and 5 at the 11 of the Panthers. 8:50 and rolling, first quarter, first drive of the game. No score yet. Roane County on the move. This drive started at the Raider 36. Roane County back to the traditional I. You've got a wing in Paxton. Wing to the left. Snap back. Give. Second man is Begler. Begler jitterbugging. Begler diving over a defender at the 5. And he will have a first down. And Roane County has it 1st and goal inside the Panther 5-yard line.
Yeah, big scrum there. They're in the middle. Beggs just bobbing and weaving, picking his path.
Ball looks to be right around the 2 or 2.5 yard line. 1st and goal, Raiders heavy to the right. Paxton, Delk, and Begler. It's Delk, the second man. Delk fighting towards the end zone, and a late call comes in by the side judge. Roane County strikes first.
Nice drive there, Drew. Just one of our things that we like to do, run the heavy and let Delk get behind those big guys and get in the end zone.
A statement drive to begin for the offensive line. They were moving very well against a couple of bigs, and Morton, he's a person you've got to see every play. If you can get him locked up, he won't make as much problems for the offense. Going for two, heavy, slanted to the left. Under center, third man through. Boy, someone got there quickly. And Begler stopped in the backfield, so the two-point conversion no good. Roane County, though, hits first, 6-0 after the 8 minutes and 8 second mark.
This message comes to you courtesy of Brandon Dental Associates, located on Hospital Drive in Spencer, West Virginia. Early childhood caries is a term used for cavities in toddlers and preschool children and is mostly preventable. Brush and floss your child's teeth daily with a fluoride toothpaste and save sweets for meal times. When your child is thirsty or needs a snack, offer water or whole milk and healthy foods such as fruits, vegetables, cheese, or yogurt. Call Brandon Dental Associates at 304-927-2775 for your family's dental needs. That's Brandon Dental Associates in Spencer, West Virginia. 304-927-2775.
Very nice opening drive of the game for Roane County, Matt White.
Yeah, that was an excellent drive. It was 8 plays, 64 yards, 3 minutes and 52 seconds off the clock. Skylar Delk with a 3-yard touchdown run. The two-point conversion by Begler was no good. 6-0 now. Your Raiders take the early lead over the Panthers.
Now you have to see the offensive attack of the Panthers. Left to right, this will sail off of Coben Cottrell's foot. He's been good so far this year. Williams and McKinney standing back at the 10. Cottrell methodically approaches, leg in, rips that one high, and line drive to the 10. Here's Williams working near side. Williams looking for room to run, and welcome to West Virginia football. Brandon Richardson came flying in like a missile and wrapped up B.J. Williams.
Hey, that's what you like to see from the young man. Gets the opportunity and goes and shows out. Nice tackle along the sideline because you know Williams has some speed, but Richardson just shut it down.
Speed, elusiveness, and hard-running ability. Let's see what Roane County can do here against the passing attack of Clay County. 1st and 10 at the Panther 25. They'll move right to left, and they will line up receivers everywhere tonight. 3 to the left and 1 to the near side. Shotgun for Collins, and we've got a whistle right off of the bat. A couple of players were moving.
Play clock guy doesn't know what he's doing.
And it'll be a play clock issue, so no penalties there for the Panthers. We'll reset and do it. 1st and 10 from the 25. 3 to the far, 1 to the near. Sams to the right of the shotgun. Snap back. Handoff Sams. Off tackle. Lots of room. Sams, a big gain. 10, 11, 12, 13 yards for Geno Sams as they go off tackle for the first play.
Yeah, that thing just opened up a huge gap. Lane Watson and Sawyer Hunt in there on the stop. But those are the guys that you want making the tackle. You want the guys up front making the tackle or those backers.
Sams had lots of room to run when he did in the first 2 games. 1st and 10 from the 37. Snap back. Give Sams off tackle again. Still nobody near him. He's going to pick up another first down. They're running to the heavy side, and by heavy I mean 392 pounds heavy. The guard and then the big tackle for the Panthers, Noah Casto. Charlie Cottrell, 390 pounds.
Casto doing a nice job here, Drew, of getting to the linebacker and sealing that off. That's going to be a battle here all evening.
7:17 and rolling first quarter. Roane County leading 6-0. 3 receivers wide side. Brown by himself to the near side. Snap back. 5-step drop. Looking deep down the field. And getting his man is Collins. And laying out for it was Williams.
Cannot let anybody behind us there, Drew. And kind of a hard area to see here. Not sure who was in on that coverage, but that's where they like to go.
Collins had time. It was a 3-step drop. He looked down the field, and he just chucked it long. He's got accuracy when no pressure is on him, and he showed it right there. Williams, tremendous catch. Deep into the Raider territory go the Panthers. Roane County leading 6-0. 3 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Off tackle Sams, and finally Colton Paxton meets him in the hole, and he met him with some force.
Yeah, that's something that the college coaches that are out there scouting this young man want to see. Just a perfect wrap-up tackle to the ground.
No gain on the play, 2nd and 10. You see Brandon Richardson in on defense. He'll be guarding McKinney right now. Balanced on both sides. Receivers a pair to one and the other side. Snap back. Collins looking to the near side. He'll throw it off to the edge, and that one was some miscommunication as Brown was going deep, and Collins thought that was a breakoff route.
Yeah, glad that they did not connect because Lane Watson slipped here on the turf. You're going to see that here all night.
Yeah, this grass field, it doesn't have a lot of grass on it. As the night comes in and the dew hits, it's just going to be ice skates out there. Big 3rd down and 10 for the Raider defense, opportunistic. 3 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Sams to the left of the shotgun. Snap back to Collins, 3-step drop. He'll dump it long and into the corner of the end zone. He's got Brown over there. Did he catch it in the end zone? He did.
At least they're going to call it a touchdown. Like we said, we cannot really see here.
Boy, the Raiders helpless in the defensive backfield, and this was the worry that we had coming into this game. Could you stop the air raid? Roane County had nothing doing there. That was relatively easy for Collins and his receivers down the field. They'll go for 2. Out of the shotgun, they'll fake the give. And that one out of the reach of the intended target, but a whistle coming in, and we've got a flag, and that might be pass interference.
Just barely got a hand on him, and that's going to happen when you're breaking out of a route. Ball was overthrown.
It looked like Williams was starting to stumble a little bit out of his break, and he just kind of got over-pursued.
So half the distance to the goal, and the Panthers will have another try for the lead. 6-6 is where we stand at the moment. 6 minutes remaining in the first quarter. It took Roane County near 4 minutes. The Panthers cut that in half with the air. Receiver to both sides of the formation. Snap back, the give, off tackle, and nobody near. Geno Sams, boy, the front line showing out for the Panthers, and they take the lead with 6 minutes left in the first quarter, 8-6.
Calhoun Banks is your hometown bank. We've been serving Calhoun and the surrounding areas for over 120 years. We offer many financial and banking services, including commercial, online and mobile banking, mobile wallet, our annual Deals on Wheels loan sale, home and construction loans, and we specialize in land-only loans. With offices in Grantsville, Arnoldsburg, Elizabeth, and Glenville, we are ready to serve the needs of all of our communities. Stop in and see us at one of our 4 locations today. Visit our website at calhounbanks.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Calhoun Banks WV. Lobby hours are Monday through Thursday, 8:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Drive-through open 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Friday lobby hours are 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Drive-through open 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. And Saturdays, our drive-through is open 8:30 a.m. to noon.
Equal opportunity lender, member FDIC. Well, as good as advertised, the offense of Clay County, Matt White.
Yeah, they moved the ball at will. 6 plays, 75 yards, 2 minutes and 8 seconds off the clock. Collins to Brown for I think, 25-yard touchdown. Can't tell from here. Sams with the 2-point conversion. Clay County takes the lead back from Roane, 8-6 now with 6 minutes left here in the first.
Jackson Brown to kick off once again. Brandon Richardson back deep. Here's an onside kick taken by Bradley Mace, the up man. Mace going to carry it forward, and Mace is going to pick up positive yardage, and the Raiders will start this drive inside the Panther territory. How about the sophomore?
Bradley, Johnny on the spot, gets the ball. Hey, man, gets his head upfield, runs north, picks up a few yards. Nice play by the sophomore.
What I liked the best was he had 2 hands wrapped around that football.
Yeah.
So the Raiders will be back on the attack here with 5:56 to go in quarter number 1, trailing 8-6.
Panther 47-yard line.
They're still looking to have the play clock person reset the play clock, and the white hat is like, come on, man.
These things must be new. Coach Gray sitting beside me says, not that hard.
1st and 10 Raiders. Different type of heavy. Third man is Paxton, and he just puts his head down and shoulder blast a couple of defenders for a nice 5-yard carry.
Yeah, I like that. You know, being able to add him into the offense. Drew, last week he had that monster run where he stiff-armed everybody on the Lincoln County defense.
Second down, 5.
Short 5 on the carry, 2nd and 5 at the 42 of the Panthers. Roane County trailing now 8-6 after the quick strike by the Panther offense. They'll move back traditional heavy. Power I slanted to the left. Begler wrapped up. He'll pick up maybe a yard, but boy, was Jacob Morton there quickly, and that is the one guy that you didn't want to see making plays early.
3rd down.
Yeah, he gave us fits his sophomore year, Drew. He's a senior this year, gave us fits, and it's something that you got to watch. And watching him on film, he just has a motor.
Not the biggest kid, about 180, but he is lightning fast off the snap. He lines up either over center and slants one way or the other. 3rd down and 4 for the Raiders. Roane County looking for that Cleveland. This time the Panthers stayed put. Heavy to the right. Snap back, 3rd man. That's Begler. Flags coming in. Beggs has the 1st down. This one, though, may be coming back.
Oh, yep, that's in the area of holding.
Raiders have been very good this year in the first 2 games with not having penalties. Oh, this is going to be bad. This is just going to be Lane Watson lined up offside, and you got to check with the sideline official. Take away the 1st down, and it's going to be 3rd down and long for Roane County now. We'll call it 3rd and 9. The yard to reach is straight across from us at the 37 of the Panthers. 4:15 and rolling, first quarter. Roane County down 8-6. A pair of 2 and OAA teams squaring off here tonight. Greathouse goes under center. Heavy package. Begler looking to the outside. He's still fighting for yardage. He's only going to get a couple, though. And the Raiders are going to face a 4th and long here early in the ball game.
You got to tip your cap to Clay County. They are getting to the ball, Drew, and they are wrapping up and then waiting for guys to come help. You know Begler's not going to stop, but their defense of Clay County has really came here to play.
Give Begler forward progress down to the 42 of the Panthers, so a nice gain of 4. It'll bring up 4th down and a long 5. Clock rolling, 3:30 and counting. Boy, and that sound effect is going to just wear on us. Backs in the eye. Here's the pitch to the outside. Begler has trouble holding on to it. Finally does. He's got the outside edge. He's down the sideline. Cuts it back. He's blasted at the 15, but a big 1st down. You look down the field. Are there any penalties? No.
Don't see any penalties down through there. I see a bunch of yellow socks. Kind of throws you off there a little bit, but a nice play by Beggs.
That was a simple pitch to the outside and great seal blocking by Delk. And that gave Begler the sideline that he wanted, cut it back at the 20, finished at the 14, 1st and 10 on a big 4th down conversion.
Picked up about 29 on that play.
Raiders back to heavy. Power I slanted to the left. Snap back, quick hitter, Delk off tackle. Delk just running like a man possessed for the first 3 games of the season, and that's a big pickup on 1st.
Yeah, that's what you want to see there on 1st down. Move the ball, get inside that red zone a little bit deeper with an opportunity here. Bass for Clay County in there on the tackle.
Give Delk a long 6, a short 7, 2nd down and about 4. Ball resting inside the 10 at the 8. 2:25 and rolling. Roane County trailing 8-6. 3rd man through. Oh, it's a pitch. Wasn't supposed to be a pitch. And Johnny on the spot. Shea Harper, he was coming up to take the handoff. Greathouse turned and pitched it to him. And that was on the ground for quite a while, a loss of only 2 still, but disaster avoided.
Yeah, you want to breathe. You never want to pitch the football down there, but Roane County able to get back on the football. That's going to be 3rd and 5 for Roane County from the goal.
You're right. This is as bad as being at Liberty Harrison with the Mountaineer guy.
That sound effect is very loud and right in our ears and intended to cause problems for the Raiders. 4 down territory, a 3rd and 5 from the 10. Snap back, Begler, high snap, Begler into a massive humanity, squirts out the other side, and he's near the first down somehow.
Yeah, that thing was up there, and he did a great job of getting his hands on the football.
It'll look like just shy. It'll be 4th and inches at the 5-yard line of the Panthers. It's big boy time for the Raider front line. They've got to get body on body and push forward for 1 yard. 55 and rolling here in the first quarter, 8-6 Clay County. Heavy package to the right. Everybody knows where it's going. Snap, handoff. Delk rolls off the first tackle and into the end zone for a Roane County touchdown.
Yeah, he met Noah Castro at the line, and that's a guy that you don't want to see. But Delk said, I'm going to shuck that thing off, and I'm going to get myself into the end zone. And the Raiders once again on the scoreboard.
Roane County retakes the lead with 44 seconds remaining in quarter number 1, 12-8. They'll go for 2. So the Raiders, 2 for 2 on offense. The Panthers are getting ready to go back on the offensive side. See if the Raider defense can figure something out. Here's a pitch to the outside. Begler picking his room. Begler upended at the goal line. Is he in? No, they'll say the ball just was short. That was a great open field tackle. Nonetheless, the Raiders back in front by 4, 12-8.
Mateo McKinney.
Yeah.
Carpenter's General Store in Spencer has been saving you money and giving you the best selection in Roane County since 1996. We have an amazing selection of domestic, import, and craft beers, ciders, and wines at the absolute lowest prices anywhere. And if we don't have it, we'll get it for you. We have a sporting goods section with all the right fishing gear, locally crafted lures, and live bait. And we also carry a great selection of firearms and ammunition. And once again, if we don't have it, we'll get it for you with the lowest prices guaranteed. We're open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. So come see us at 746 Arnoldesburg Road in Spencer. It's a convenience store with a whole lot more.
44 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Roane County 2 for 2, Matt White.
Yeah, back and forth we go. Another 8-play drive took 47 yards, 5 minutes and 16 seconds off the clock. Skylar Delk with the 6-yard touchdown run. Begler's 2-point conversion attempt was no good. Roane County back on top, 12-8 over the Clay Panthers.
Well, Roane County did not look too good defensively the first series, as we were concerned about deep passing, and that's what burnt the Raiders. Back deep, Williams and McKinney. Cottrell laid into one in his first kickoff. Slowly approaches left to right. This will go. That's a squib kick. Is it going to stay in bounds? It will not. That's going to go out of bounds at the 28-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 from the 35 for the Panther offense.
Yeah, Roane County secondary has to really lock in on what they're doing. I know the footing is pretty tough when you're backpedaling here, but Roane County's secondary has to help out. But not only that, Geno Sams has been able to run the football against this defense, and I was really thinking that our run was going to be the big part of stopping this Clay County offense.
Yeah, they did not do it, Roane County, the first series, so now that they've seen one series to see if those front four and the interior backers can adjust. 1st and 10 for the Panthers on drive number 2 with 44 seconds left. Roane County leading 12-8. Balanced receiving core, 2 to both sides right now. Ball on the near side hash. Collins 7 yards deep in the shotgun. Sams to his left. Snap is back. 3-step drop. No pressure. He's going to throw one deep, and that's some miscommunication, as that's the second time that the receiver and QB were not on the same page.
Well, I've seen something different here. They're dropping Lane Watson back at there as a safety. Lane, a taller guy, can cover some more ground, and then they're putting Richardson in on B.J. Williams.
Incomplete pass brings up 2nd and 10 from the 35. Clock stops with 39 left in the first quarter. 12-8 Raiders with a 4-point lead. Brown by himself to the short side. 3 split to the far side. Sams to the left of the shotgun. Now he'll move behind the quarterback, Collins. The snap is back. Here's the pitch to the outside. Coming up was Richardson. Boy, again flying in like a missile. And I think he forgot the important part, which was try to slow down, young man. He hit Sams so quickly that Sams, I think, was just knocked mentally off his game.
Yeah, that time Richardson shot through, made the initial hit. Then you had Ori May and Jacob Bunner in there cleaning that up. That's a nice play by the defense.
Loss of 3, 3rd down and 13. Ball resting on the 32. Again, Brown alone to the near side. 3 to the far side. Collins will survey. And that will be the final play of the first quarter. 3rd and 13 for the Raider defense. It's 12-8 Roane County after 1. You're listening to Roane County High School Raider football on WVRC.
Spencer Cash Saver is excited to announce that we are now accepting EBT payments through our online grocery site. Go to shop.spencercashsaver.com, schedule a convenient pickup time, fill your cart, then let us do the shopping for you. Give us a call when you arrive, and we'll bring your order right out to your vehicle. The $4.95 pickup fee is waived on orders over $100. So save time and shop online at shop.spencercashsaver.com.
We have a big 3rd down and 13 situation here as we begin quarter number 2. Two teams will switch sides as Clay County will be attacking from left to right now across your screen. If you're listening, if you're watching us on YouTube, if you're listening on the radio, from left to right across your old dial. So a big opportunity, John. Early in this game, the Raiders were Swiss cheese, the first defensive set. They have a chance to stop Clay County at the 32 here with a 3rd and 13.
Yeah, they've made some shifts in the secondary as Roane County has been able to do. Done a nice job here. So we just got to settle down, and if we get a stop here, this could mean good things for Roane County. We can control the clock a little bit here in the first half.
The yard to reach is the Clay County 45. The ball spotted on the Clay 32.
Panther 32-yard line.
Brown will be split over to the wide side by himself. That's the Clay County sideline. 3 bunched to the near side. Collins 7 yards deep in the shotgun with Sams to his right. Here comes the snap. 3-step drop. Collins to the outside. He's got his man McKinney. Great defensive coverage, though, by Briar Begler. That will be just about a 7-yard pickup. Actually, no, they're only going to give him 4, and it'll be 4th and 10 for the Panthers.
Yeah, that time Paxton able to come up the middle and get his hands up there. Made Collins throw that football a little bit before he wanted to. Nice open field tackle by Banks.
So a 4th and 10, and Sams set to do the punting. Begler by himself standing at the Roane County 27-yard line. Panthers running on a player late on the punt. They'll line him up. Sams has connected on some punts here in the first 2 games of the season. Good snap. Sams, the lefty punter, tattoos this one high into the night sky. That'll land at the 29. That'll take a bounce sideways. Begler thought about it for a second and then backed off of that one. I think that was a great decision because navy blue was right there.
Yeah, as a punt return guy, man, you want to field every single one of those things, and you always think, hey, man, I'm 1 tackle away from breaking this thing. Good idea not to touch it, Banks.
Well, that second series hopefully will give Roane County a little bit of momentum defensively, as coverage was a little better on that second series. Roane County's 3rd offensive set will start from their own 27-yard line. Right to left they will travel from the near hash. The freshman quarterback, Jacob Greathouse, into the huddle. They'll break. They'll send Watson wide to the far side. Single back with 2 lead blockers on the wing. The handoff, Begler just digging his feet in, and he'll pick up a couple yards. Give him 3 on a tough first down carry. I'll tell you, the Panthers are coming.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys to take down Briar Begler. Just continues to put up yardage here on his senior campaign.
The Raiders moving those 2 we'll call it a double wing to the same side. Yeah, Delk right beside Paxton. Roane County trying to get the edge. And Begler instead went off tackle and still picked up 3. 2nd and 7, ball resting squarely on the 30 of Roane County. 10-20 and rolling, 12-8 Roane County in the second quarter. Snap back, quick hitter. Nowhere to go that time for Begler. I'm telling you, the Panthers are selling out on the run up the middle.
Yeah, Morton there to meet him in the hole.
Going to take a few seconds to get all these players off of the ground.
See Casto in there and Mateo McKinney as well.
They'll give Begler a yard on the carry. It'll be 3rd down and a long 6 from the 31 of Roane County. 9:45 and rolling. Raiders would hate to have to give it right back. And here comes that
tornado warning.
Yeah. Snap back, pitch near side. That's the short side. Begler fighting forward, and Begler's got a big first down carry. The Raiders go short side with a pitch and catch the defense off guard.
Last year against Buffalo, we were able to throw that play in, Drew, and pick up some nice yardage. Once again, Beggs picking up that chunk of yards we needed.
Beggs with a little blood coming down the elbow, so he'll check out for a play.
Got about 9 on that one. Nice tough carry there by Begler.
Raiders able to move the chains here. 1st and 10 from the 39 of Roane County. Beggs out, so Shea Harper will dot the power I. The snap, the give, Harper, 3rd man. He's got room to run. Harper to the 50, fighting against the tackle of Williams, gets down to the 45. Big running room for Shea Harper.
Yeah, Shea read the blocks there perfect, Drew, found his opening, and it was just him and B.J. Williams. Williams did a good job of wrapping up, or else Shea was going to the house.
16 on that play.
Harper with a big carry, moves it into Panther territory. Roane County leading 12-8, 8:55 and rolling. 1st and 10 from Clay's 44-yard line. Harper will remain dotting the I. This time it's not going to be a handoff. It was supposed to be. Jacob Greathouse, the quarterback, was trying to hand it off to Delk on the quick hitter, John. It wasn't there, so the freshman again making a smart decision.
Yeah, just get behind those big guys and try to move the ball forward. Looks like Morton in there for his 5th tackle of the first half, but a good heads-up play by the young guy.
That thing looked like a rugby scrum.
They were all headed that way, so Greathouse said, fine, I'll just follow. 4 on the carry, 2nd down and a long 6. And Roane County now is going to be flagged for the movement. That is, again, that may be the first time this year that the Raiders have gotten caught on a false start.
I believe so.
So back up the 4 that Roane County received on 1st down, 2nd and 11, just past the 45 at the 46.
You know what I like right here? The clock. The clock continues to roll a little bit.
Heavy package, 3rd man. That is Harper. Cuts off of a player. Look at him run for yardage. I'm telling you, Shea Harper is a different runner this year. He's running lower. He's expecting and delivering contact, and he made a tremendous cut in the hole to pick up big yardage.
B.J. Williams once again saves a touchdown. Going to get tired of seeing Shea.
About a 14 or 15-yard pickup on that one.
They were having trouble getting Begler cleaned up and wrapped up. He's now ready to go. So I assume that they may have him in next play. But I tell you, Harper doing work right now, so keep with it.
Let him go, man. Let him go.
1st and 10, Roane County. Inside the 35 is about all I can say. Harper, shoulder down in the hole, and he'll pick up a yard or 2, I think.
This might get about 4.
About 3 yards.
That's a positive carry. Elliott in there on the stop. Man, it's nice to have Shea to be able to spell Begler when he has an opportunity like that. That's just going to lead to more things for Shea down the line.
12-8 Roane County, 7 minutes and 5 seconds and rolling in the second quarter. Begler back in to dot that power I. Snap, handoff, Begler to the outside. Now cuts it off tackle. Begler running so hard. All 3, Begler, Shea, Delk, all running with a very intense presence right now.
Yeah, just wearing this defense down, and it's something that Clay County has not seen, a running attack like Roane County has, and it's nice to see us churn it and put ourselves in position here to score again.
PA announcer says the ball is at the 18 of the Panthers, 1st and 10, Roane County. They'll give it this time to Delk, and Delk just fights for what he can get, leaps over the last set of linemen, and we'll see where they stop him. Looks like a pretty good gain here on 1st down, and it will be. 2nd down and a long 5 for the Raiders. They've got to get to the 8. 6:20 and rolling, 12-8 Roane County looking for their 3rd score in 3 drives.
Yeah, keeping Clay County's offense off the field. That's a fast strike offense. So Roane County just doing a good job controlling the clock.
That was a point of emphasis from Coach Burdett Wednesday night. He said, we want to keep their offense off the field if we can. Up the middle, Colton Paxton, I believe, with that carry. And I got nothing, Matt. What do you got?
Maybe picked up about 2, maybe 3 on that play.
It'll be 3rd down, and from what we can gather, about 2 or 3 yards to get to the 8.
You know, the only thing more annoying than that sound is the startup of the internet back in our day. Next year, remind me of that, guys. We're going to play that.
I got to think at some point they got to turn that thing off before Roane County gets up. They did that time. 3rd and short, Roane County. Begler lead blocking in front. Begler's got, I think, the 1st down.
Oh, I believe he's definitely got enough for that one.
They call him down at the 5, so that will be a 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal from the 5 for the Raider offense. 5:20. Clock stops for a second while they reset the chain.
He probably got about 4 or 5 yards on that one. Only needed 2 or 3.
5:15 and counting. 12-8. Roane County leading. 1st and goal at the Clay 5. Under center goes the freshman. Quick hitter. There's Delk again, and man,
wow.
The O-line just opened up, parted the Red Seas, and left Delk with nobody but white jerseys to bounce off of like a pinball.
Yeah, you just see a little seam there, and then Delk puts his shoulders down and pushes through, and Roane County up 18-8 right now.
Going for 2 are the Raiders. Like to pick up a couple of 2-point conversions here after missing on that first one. Right now, just a 10-point advantage. Raiders will stick with heavy. Jacob Greathouse under center. He's going to hand it off. It's been working. Begler working towards the goal line, and he'll be stopped just shy yet again. Only 1 for 3 on 2-point conversions. The Raiders, though, 3 for 3 on scores. They lead at 18-8. Stop by D&D Motors for great deals on used cars. We have an incredibly diverse and continuously growing inventory to choose from, with many makes and models at price points that anyone can afford. D&D Service Department also offers oil changes, tire rotations, and other maintenance on your new purchase. Call D&D for your next service appointment. D&D Motors, located at 276 East Main Street in Spencer. Stop in and see Dan or Donna for your super deal today. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon, and closed on Sunday. D&D Motors, call 304-519-2157. Raiders leading 18-8, 4:59 left. The man with the hardest job tonight is Matt White.
Yeah, hopefully I can at least give you something here. It was a good 12-play drive, 73 yards, 6 minutes and 4 seconds off the clock. Delk with a 5-yard touchdown run, his 3rd of the game. Roane County, though, 0 for 3 on 2-point conversions, 18-8 the score now.
That's 6 points left out off the board. Cottrell approaches right to left. This one will sail. That one ripped over towards the far sideline. Is it going to stay in? No, it will not. So a second penalty on a kickoff. Cottrell got a good contact on that, just kind of shanked it a little bit.
It took a weird bounce. You know, you think that one's probably going to skip forward a little bit, and then with this playing surface, it just went sideways.
Yeah, I think there's a dip on that far side. I've coached on that side a few times, and there's somewhat of a dip over there.
1st and 10 from the 35 of the Panthers. The drive will begin with 4:59 left in the first half. Roane County leading 18-8. 2 of the 12 2-0 teams in Class AA squaring off here tonight at Bradley Field. They'll go trips to the near side. That's the wide side of the field. Single receiver over on the far side. Collins out of the shotgun. New running back in for Clay County. Snap is back. He'll give it. Nope, that is still Sam's. It looked like it was somebody smaller, but it was just Sam's crouched down. He's 6'1". Trying to make himself look a little smaller. Picks up 2 or 3 on the first down carry.
Yeah, Paxton and Ori May both combined. They have done their homework, the offensive line, of trying to get in Paxton's way because he had a monster game last week.
We'll call it second down and a short 8, a long 7. Trips near side, 1 far side. Sam's over to the left of the shotgun. Collins surveying, takes the snap, looking to the far side, now back over the middle, dumps it off, and in front of Mateo McKinney, playing some great defense, was the judge right there.
Give him a pass deflection on that one.
Yeah, he was right there.
It's always frustrating as a player when that happens and you're just like, hey, couldn't you get out of the way? It's like, hey, I'm a part of this field.
I don't want to make fun, but he's doesn't look like the most nimble of judges either.
Easy, Rod. Third down and a long 7, short 8. Another opportunity for the Raider defense. 4:17 remaining first half, 18-8 Roane County. They'll balance it out, 2 receivers to both sides. Collins wipes off his throwing arm. Here comes the snap. Looking over the middle. He's pressured out to the outside, eludes a tackle. He's heading towards the first down line, and everybody colliding on the sideline. A flag comes in. Did anybody even touch Collins?
I don't think so. It looked like he ran into his own guys on the sideline.
That came in from way down the field on the sideline.
I hope they have a little talk about that one. I'm not sure anybody made contact with him.
The question is, where did Collins go out of bounds? It's not going to matter. They're going to call a personal foul on Roane County. On who?
Which will result in a Panther first down.
And for what?
It didn't look like anybody really made contact with him.
Somebody blasted the chain crew guy.
Somebody blasted a trash can. I don't know.
But nobody got Collins. He went by everybody. They're going to give them the personal foul penalty anyway. Very interesting.
Oh, well.
1st and 10 in Roane County territory at the 41. The Raiders need to stiffen up a little bit here defensively, and they're going to want to talk about it on this first down and 10. 18-8 with 4:09 left in the half. We'll take a timeout. Be back. You're listening to Roane County High School Raider football on WVRC. DW Excavating, LLC, located in Spencer, West Virginia, is a locally owned and operated business proudly serving Roane and the surrounding counties. DW Excavating has all the equipment to meet your dirt work needs, including dozers, skid steers, excavators, and a dump truck. We specialize in driveway and road construction, culvert repair and installation, property clearing, utility line installation and repair, and much, much more. Call us at 304-532-2968 or find us on Facebook at DW Excavating LLC. Don't delay, call us today to schedule your next project. DW Excavating LLC is a proud sponsor of the 2021 Roane County Raider football team. Go Raiders! 4:09 remaining in the first half. Roane County leading 18-8. A personal foul penalty after a Noah Collins scramble leads them into Raider territory. 1st and 10 at the 41. We mentioned when Collins does scramble, John, you got to get to him. They didn't.
Yeah, Collins long, 6'1", has those big strides. Just a breakdown there for Roane County.
3 to the near side, 1 receiver to the far side. Collins looks to the sideline. Snaps his hands together. Here's the snap. Looking to the outside. He's going to dump it off to Sams, and Sams has got the end right there on him. Matthew Schaefer right where he needed to be.
And we have some more laundry on the field here. See who it's going to be against.
That was a big loss on the play. Let's hope this is not on Roane County. And if this is on one, this is on the both of them.
Yeah,
you saw just some shoving between McKinney and Brandon Richardson, and so I guess McKinney was the instigator. Richardson came back at him. This time they didn't get the second man.
It's the first guy.
It's usually the second man.
How does that happen? That's the first time I've ever seen that in my life.
So a loss on the play is made even worse for the Panthers with the penalty. So with 4 minutes remaining in the half, it's now first down and forever, or second down, sorry, and forever.
It's about I was going to say it was about an 18, 19-yard loss on that penalty.
So we're looking at about second and 30, somewhere around that. The yard to reach is Roane County's 31, and they are backed up to the Clay County 40-ish.
They're backed up to about the Clay Calhoun line.
Yes. Balanced attack. We call it ace. Receivers to both sides. Snap back. Collins, 5-step drop. He's looking to roll. He's got pressure. He's going to dump it out there, and he has got his man. Boy, Brandon Richardson was right there. Brandon, unfortunately, slipped as he was going up to possibly intercept that, and in rolls B.J. Williams, who took a nasty shot as Richardson was going to the ground. What a play. We've seen Williams do that, but Richardson a slip away from a turnover.
Yeah, slip away from probably a pick six there, because if this guy gets the ball in his hands, he's got wheels. He's heading to the house.
He was very frustrated that he didn't get that one. Let's see if he can come back. Third down, and now a little more manageable. Third down and about 16. Ball inside the Roane County line at the 47. 2:53 and rolling, 18-8 Roane County. Twin receivers, both sides of the formation. Here comes the snap. Collins looking wide side. He's going to launch one deep out there and looking for his man. And a penalty called for what? And now a second penalty called.
We got to keep our composure here.
Tremendous defensive coverage by Briar Begler, and they're going to call Briar for a pass interference, and there is no way on God's green earth that was pass interference. Look at it right there. A terrible call. Unfortunately for Roane County, it's going to be made worse by frustration. I think Briar may have spouted off something after the frustration on the call.
Well, the official wasn't really in the best position to make that call. Begler, he didn't get his head around and try to look at the ball, but he did not make contact with the receiver before that ball got there.
That's the only way they can get any yards.
That was, as they call, egregious. That was a tremendous coverage play by Briar Begler.
Dead ball, personal foul.
So they're going to get 15 on the pass interference call.
And add more to it.
On another 15 after the personal foul.
So after it was second down and 30, two big plays for Clay County and a little extra jawing will give them a first down. I thought there was no way they were going to get out of that jam, John.
Yeah, you know, just you got to keep your head and keep your composure in a game like this, especially down the stretch here in this second half. Second quarter.
2:40 left in the half, 18-8 Roane County. First and 10 at Roane County's 16-yard line. See if the Raiders can buckle down here. Sam's wide open, room to run. Sam's towards the goal line, backing towards the line, and he is in. And the Panthers opportunistic after Roane County gets blasted on a terrible call and adds insult to injury. And the Panthers gifted a touchdown here late.
Yeah, that one was wrapped up nice and tidy with a pretty bow on top of it.
Yeah.
Looking to cut the deficit to 2. 18-14. Collins in the shotgun. Snap back. He's going to throw it. He's got time. That one dives into the turf, and it is shallow. So the Raiders hold on to the 4-point advantage. 2:32 left in the first half. The Raiders have a little bit of time to work. Let Diane Williams Insurance at 217 Church Street in Spencer help you with the coverage you need. Homeowners, farm owners, vacant home, mobile home, motorcycle, farm equipment, and ATV. If you have a business, we can help you there also. Whatever your insurance needs, let Diane Williams find you the best coverage. Diane Williams, 217 Church Street next to the courthouse. Call 304-927-5656 or email us at dianewilliams@suddenlinkmail.com. Serving Spencer and Roane County for over 60 years. Open Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. 2 minutes, 32 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. After going second and 30, somehow, some way, the Panthers get in.
Yeah, that somehow was a 7-play drive, 65 yards, 2 minutes and 27 seconds off the clock. Sams with an 18-yard touchdown run. 2-point conversion attempt was no good. Clay County closing the gap, 18-14 now. Your Raiders still on top.
You know what I liked in that on that defensive series for Roane County? They were getting pressure, but they let some things break down behind them and then let the chippiness kind of get to them in their head. They've got to stay composed.
He had the unfortunate one where Richardson would have had that pick if he hadn't have slipped on this field.
That was a big play in the series. Jackson Brown, onside kick the last time. This time he'll squib it to the second line. That's taken by Roane County's up man.
Lane Watson.
Lane Watson up to the 40, up to the 45, and a good return of about 16 yards for Lane Watson. The Raiders will have 2:25 and about half of the field with which to work here. And boy, would they love to put one in the end zone because they give it back to the Panthers to start the second half.
Oh, yeah. Nice sustained drive here. Get ourselves in the end zone and go in with a nice lead at the half.
They'll call him down at the 45. Right to left go the Raiders here with 2:25 remaining in the half. Roane County leading 18-14. Here's a pitch outside. Begler gets a good seal block. Beggs spins off a tackle for a second. That was a great tackle by Noah Collins.
Yeah, that was a great open field tackle there. I thought Begler was going to put the move on him, but he just broke down and tackled perfect.
And again, the problem is Begler cannot utilize those quick moves because it's so slick here.
Yeah.
Give him about 5 on the carry out to midfield. Heavy package, Great House under center. Third man, Begler again. Lead blocking. Begler picks the outside, and he'll get the first down, I believe.
At the 45-yard line.
Yep.
Depends on where they call him down.
Yeah, he got about 6 on that one. They're going to move the chains.
Chains will move, as will the clock as soon as the chains are set. 1:51. And the clock will roll. 1st and 10, Roane County inside the 45 of the Panthers.
That one puts Begler at 100 yards in the first half.
Second man is Dilk. Dilk pops through for about 4 or 5 yards there on the carry. The clock will roll. Roane County continuing to move.
The D tackles are getting penetration, but he's past them before that even happens. They're turning around looking for the football.
Call it second and a long 6, short 7. 1:20 and counting. Great House quick to the line. Here's a quick hitter to the outside. Begler spins off one tackle. He's got pressure from Morton. That guy is everywhere, folks.
That's Morton's 7th tackle. Aiden Brown comes down off the edge, forces Begler back inside, and a cleanup tackle by Morton.
Timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. 1:11 left. 18-14 Roane County.
This is Gabby Bowen, Chronic Care Manager at Roane County Family Healthcare. Have you ever been told by a doctor, nurse, or other healthcare professional that you have high blood pressure, also known as hypertension? Uncontrolled high blood pressure raises the risk for heart disease and stroke, which are leading causes of death in the United States. Fortunately, high blood pressure is treatable and preventable. Here at Roane County Family Healthcare, we have developed a program for our patients that incorporates one-on-one consultations, individualized care plans, education, monthly calls, and more. By participating in our services, you also receive your own free blood pressure monitor. Yes, a free monitor, so that you can closely monitor your progress. So are you ready to take the step towards healthier goals? Give me a call at 304-927-8139. My office hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Let me help you manage your hypertension. Roane County Family Healthcare, healthcare for the entire family.
We welcome you back to Bradley Field. Big 3rd down and 4 for Roane County's offense with 1:11 left in the first half, leading 18-14. Roane County would like to find a way into the end zone before halftime if possible. They'll bring Brandon Richardson in on offense. They'll line him up as the tailback. I formation. Here's the pitch to B. Rich outside. Richardson nowhere to run, and he is going to lose yardage on the carry. They were looking to get him out in space, but the Panther defenders were right there on it.
Yeah, they had that. They kind of locked in on Richardson there, and McKinney with his 4th stop.
The clock will roll. The Raiders can run it down to about 10 seconds on the game clock if they so choose before they run some big play here. The difference between the game clock and the play clock is 9 seconds. Begler back in under center. Greathouse pitching it outside. Beggs is going to look to throw it. He'll go backside. He's got Greathouse. Watch out, though. You've got an interception by B.J. Williams, who was not fooled by it. And another flag comes flying in after the play. Williams' helmet came off.
36-yard.
And we can only hope that's maybe Greathouse trying to get in front of that ball and maybe caught a piece of the face mask.
Dead ball.
Not sure.
Nope. Against the Ravens.
That is another personal foul on Roane County, and that is the part of this game that Coach Burdett wanted his kids to do well, which was keep their heads. And in this second quarter late, they have not. A couple of personal foul penalties have not helped the cause. So a turnover with 20 seconds left will give the Panthers a couple of opportunities, down 18-14.
Keep everything in front of you. They've been throwing the ball deep. You got to watch secondary.
Yeah, you've got to get some coverage guys out there, and it looks like they have. Bunner is on the sideline right now, so maybe go with a three-man front here. And
Panthers going to have the ball first down.
Secondary, very heavy here.
So the personal foul penalty leaves Collins with a good arm, by the way, less than 50 yards and 20 seconds, 19 to be exact. Three receivers bunched to the near side. That's the short side of the field. Mateo McKinney one-on-one on the far side. Collins smacks his hands together, looking downfield. He's going to launch it deep. Roane County has a second man there, and playing some safety is Shea Harper.
Yeah, Shea played that thing from the start, followed the quarterback's eyes, and got to that angle. Begler there step for step with him as well. Nice play by the secondary.
That was the exact same play that Beggs made on what they called the penalty on interference. He was about that far away again, about a step and a half away from his guy. So that will just take 6 off the clock. 2nd and 10 with 13 seconds remaining. They'll send the three wides to the far side now. 2nd and 10 from the Roane County 48. Snap back. Collins out to the outside. McKinney right there. McKinney towards the sideline. Did Roane County keep him in? And they did not. He got to the outside. So Clay County has got a chance here, and they've got 37 yards to go to the end zone, and they've got one play to do it. 18-14 Roane County. Obviously, John Penna, you don't want them to score here with them getting the ball back the second half. You would hope that Roane County could have mounted that drive with 2 minutes left and extended the lead back to double digits. But you are under the gun right now with 37 yards to go.
Yeah, just nobody behind you at all. We're going two safeties deep, Drew, so and it'd be nice to get a little bit of pressure in there from our defensive front as well. It looks like
if you're only rushing three, you're probably not going to get a whole lot of push up front.
Looking for Bunner, see if he went back in.
He's out there with his helmet off.
Gotcha.
See if somebody can squirt through, because Collins has not been pressured tonight, just 2 times. One time he threw the ball away. The other time he scrambled for a first down. And if he's not going to be pressured, there cannot be anyone behind the Roane County defensive backfield.
He'll put it where he wants it to be and give his guys a chance. We talked about it earlier in the pregame. If these guys get the ball in their hands, they're going to look to get yards after catch. You got to hit and wrap up if they get the ball in their hands.
Big play to finish the first half for Roane County's defense.
Panthers have the ball first down and 10
bring Coben Cottrell in to play.
Whatever you do, you cannot give up a touchdown here. Twins to both sides. Collins goes 8 yards deep. And someone moved on the near side, and they didn't call it. Collins has time. Collins over the middle. Nothing but defenders. Here's Harper. Harper looking for room to the outside. Harper, one man to beat. Harper cuts it back. Shea still fighting for yardage. Harper. And he will not get the touchdown, but he's got a big return on the interception. And what a finish to the first half of play for Roane County's Shea Harper. Intercepted it at the goal line. Took it all the way back to the 44 of Roane County as time will expire. There is a flag down from this near sideline judge who absolutely missed a movement penalty on the wide out to our side. We saw the flinch right there. And Joe McDonald said, I've got the flinch on replay if we need it. Although I doubt the officiating crew is coming over here to ask us anything.
Well, maybe we could submit it for their grading approval after the game.
We'll take that. The officials meeting at the point of the tackle. There is a flag down. We're waiting to see what the final call is. Personal foul.
Personal foul against
on Clay County. So does that mean one untimed down for the Raiders?
I believe so. I mean, it can't, yeah.
We will have one untimed down here, so flip the script for Roane County. They now have one play available, and with the personal foul, that's going to move the football from about the 44 down inside the 30 of the Panthers. Ooh, so what do we have here?
Got a little money in the bank, if you will.
I don't know with Morton out there, if you're going to get time to run a money in the bank play, you might have to chuck it down the field quickly. So it will be 1st and 10 for Roane County at the 28-yard line of the Panthers, leading 18-14. They'll have an untimed down here. And what will Coach Burdett draw up? They're going to send Begler out as a receiver.
28-yard line.
Delk, the lone man in the backfield. So if it's going to be a pass, it's going to be Skylar Delk to do it. Now he's got his right hand heavily wrapped, John Penna. He is dealing with a bit of a thumb injury, so not sure how well he'll be able to throw it. But it looks like Roane County's going to look to chuck it down the field. And again, if you take it all the way to the end zone and play defense if there is a pick, you feel like you've got a chance to make something happen.
Yeah, and right here, they kind of gave Clay County a weird formation, a weird look, so Clay County calls the timeout. So now Roane County able to maybe catch their breath a little bit. Coach Burdett figure out what he wants to put in on this last play before the half.
John, you've got options with height. You've got Lane Watson who can leap. You've also got Coben Cottrell who can leap.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're just going to go for one of those Hail Marys or if they're going to do some sort of maybe hook and ladder style stuff.
One of the good things, though, if you throw the ball deep down the field, you put Clay County in a position to maybe have a pass interference call or something. That would also result in another untimed down. The half cannot end on a defensive penalty.
So Clay County burning the timeouts. The Raiders huddled up on the sideline, looking for the call of what we believe may be the final play of the half. We also thought the last one would be. What a return.
Yeah, what a great interception by Shea there. And nice block set up down the field. Shea Harper, he has been giving Clay County fits since he was probably a flag football guy.
Raiders take the field, near side hash 28 of the Panthers it goes. You've got Lane Watson and Jacob Greathouse split to the far side. Colton Paxton to the near side, and on the near side wing, you have Briar Begler. You've also got Coben Cottrell at the end position, tight end. Delk in the shotgun. Snap back, 5-step drop, looking to the near side. He's just going to launch it down there. 4 defenders there. Collins will make the play, and he will just run out of the end zone, and that, no flags, will be the final play of the first half. A dogfight that we expected here in Clay County, West Virginia. It's Roane County 18, Clay County 14. The Raiders will give the ball up possession-wise to the Panthers to start the second half. We'll take a break for our sponsors. When we come back, recap the first half, give you some statistics, and we'll check some scores around the state of interest in all 3 classes. Visit the Garden Fresh Market in downtown Spencer. We stock fresh produce arriving daily. Let us create meat and cheese trays or veggie and fruit trays for your next event. Our kitchen is open daily, eat in or carry out, Monday through Saturday, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner with daily specials available. We also sell fresh flower arrangements at Taylor's Floral. The Garden Fresh Market. Give us a call at 304-927-5109 or stop in and see us at 229 Ripley Road in downtown Spencer. And let's go Raiders.
Demand a machine that's built to mow the distance. Mow like you mean business with the Gravely ZT HD. The aggressive stance adds stability and a smoother ride. The plush, high-back seat ensures all-day riding comfort. And the Hydro Gear transmission delivers increased torque and control. Bring it home and cut like a pro. Find a Gravely ZT HD to help you get the job done right. Gravely, built to mow the distance.
Your local Gravely dealer is Richard's Lawn and Garden, located at 130 Main Street, Spencer, West Virginia. Phone number 304-927-4580. Be sure to visit our showroom across the street right beside the T-Mobile building.
Did you know Hardman's is now stocking Trex decking? That's right. You don't have to worry with staining your deck anymore with Trex decking. We have 3 colors in stock to choose from, so you can buy it today and install it tomorrow. Ask about special financing options and enjoy your new deck all summer long. Looking to beat the heat and upgrade the inside of your home this summer? Call Rachel and Ripley or Tracy and Spencer about new carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl flooring. Many of these options are in stock and ready for you to take home today. Maybe you want to give your walls their best look? Come in and pick out your new favorite color or have us color match to the one you just can't live without. Our Best Look Paint and Primer in One is your only choice for superior quality at an affordable price. Hardman's, our family serving yours since 1907.
Is your grass already growing so fast it looks like a hayfield? Then you need to go see the professionals at Hildreth Supply. Hildreth Supply has all the Husqvarna equipment you need to tame that out-of-control yard. How about the Husqvarna riding lawnmower, model number YTH18542, priced at $2218.75. Husqvarna trimmer, model number 329L for $249.99, or model number 130L for $265.94, and many more. Visit us on the web at hildrethsupply.com, check out our Facebook page at Hildreth Oilfield Supply, or stop by and see us at the store located on Route 33 in Spencer. Hildreth Supply, a hometown store with hometown ownership and proud supporter of all Roane County athletes.
Shall we take an inventory of what's happening or just move on? This is Lisa Simmons from Honest Fred's Flooring, and we decided early on that the more you look backwards, the harder it is to move forward. So as for Advice 101, Honest Fred style, put one foot in front of the other, and if it's not on Honest Fred's Flooring, why bother? Stop in and see us at 373 East Main Street in Spencer, or check us out on the web.
HonestFreds.com. The new Fords keep it coming at Jack Garrett Ford. Drive away a new Ford Explorer, Escape, or F-150 at an affordable price. And of course, Jack Garrett's selection of used beauties, like an 18 Ford Escape SE, an 18 Ford Edge SE, a 19 Ford Escape, your choice, $23,900. And many more while they last, accepting orders for new Fords too. See you today at Jack Garrett Ford, Ripley Road, Spencer.
Hey, are you serious? I like a good laugh. I bet you do too. Which is why I say, if all those insurance companies want to spend $1 gazillion on funny TV ads, go right ahead, as long as it's not my money that's paying for it. Here's how you get seriously good auto, home, business, or life insurance. Go to Erie Insurance. With Erie, a great price is just the start. You get unbelievable service, independent agents you can really trust, and superior products like Erie Rate Lock. You hear that? Rate Lock. Name says it all. For car insurance, it can't be beat. But hey, don't just take it from me. See for yourself why more than 90% of Erie customers stay with them year after year after year. Seriously.
Your Erie Insurance agent in Spencer is the Kirby Insurance Agency. Get a quote at 927-2544. That's 927-2544. Or visit kirbyinsurance.com.
Vote Matt White for Roane County Clerk. I'm a lifelong resident of Roane County and a 2001 graduate of Roane County High School. I've spent the last 18 years working in service of the public at Roane General Hospital and the last 10 years helping to cover youth sports here on WVRC. I've had the privilege of watching my father for the last 24 years, and I understand firsthand the amount of time and dedication it takes to be a successful county clerk. It's about the people knowing that when they walk through the door, they will be treated fairly and with respect, no matter the situation. The county clerk should always be the face of the office and not just a name on the door.
If elected, I promise to continue with the same standards of hard work and service to the people of Roane County and the surrounding communities that you've all come to know and expect. Thank you for your support in the upcoming election. Vote Matt White for Roane County Clerk.
Paid for by the candidate. We welcome you back to Bradley Field at the half. We have got the dogfight that we thought might show up here between two 2-0 teams in Class AA, Roane County and Clay County. The Raiders at the half leading 18-14. The Raiders, for the third straight week, won the opening toss, decided to go on offense, and as they did against St. Mary's, a methodical drive down the field for the Raiders to start this game off with a nice sustained drive. They punched it in. It was about a 4-minute drive, just less than 4 minutes, and the score on the board. One thing Roane County did not do well was complete 2-point conversions, and they were 0 for 3 in that first half. So they left 6 points out on the board, but they did start out 6-0 lead. Then Clay County takes the possession, a good kickoff down to the 25, a good coverage play by the new player Brandon Richardson to get B.J. Williams at the 25-yard line, but we saw just how dangerous this air raid attack is for Clay County. 2 very deep passes from Noah Collins. One great catch on a dive by B.J. Williams, setting them up deep in Raider territory. Took the Panthers just 2 minutes plus to score, and they got the 2-point conversion. At that point, they take the lead 8-6. The Raiders get possession back, march it down the field once again, punch it in, retake the lead on Clay County. 12 to 8. That's a 4-point advantage. The Raiders able to actually hold the Panthers on the next drive, and Clay County having to punt. The Raiders continue offensively to be stout, drive down the field yet again. They finally take a double possession lead, 18-8 on their third score, and in the second quarter, that's when things got squirrely down the stretch of this one. Roane County had the Panthers in a second and 30 from the Roane County 34-yard line. At that point, you're thinking just keep everybody in front and you'll get the possession back once again with good time on the clock. Instead, what transpired was a crazy catch off of a missed opportunity. Brandon Richardson in great coverage slips going after a attempted interception. And as he's falling to the ground, B.J. Williams comes in flying, grabs the ball, and flips over Richards, and so that leaves a third and about 13 at the Roane County 40. The next play on 3rd and 13, great coverage play by Briar Begler on a deep throw down the Clay County sideline, not even close to the defender, yet called an interference penalty. After that, some jawing from either Begler or another Roane County player adds 15 yards to it. On the very next play, Geno Sams to the house for the touchdown. That was a major difference in the first half of play, and then some chaos at the end. Roane County not able to manage on their drive. They give it back with about 40 seconds left in the half. Clay County gets it all the way down to Roane County territory with yet another personal foul penalty, and they throw it a couple times down the field. Finally, with 6 seconds left, they chuck it to the end zone. Shea Harper intercepts the pass, proceeds to take it all the way back through tons of traffic down the Roane County sideline to the 46 of Clay County. A personal foul penalty after that adds 15 more yards to the play and gives Roane County one untimed down with the ball on the Clay County 28-yard line. Unfortunately, they were unable to score. They threw it into the end zone, picked off, and that is how the first half ended. John Penny, your thoughts on that wild finish to the first half, but Roane County's offense doing what they need to do, the defense, when not being flagged, looking better after the first drive, I think.
Yeah, Roane County's offensive line is gonna do that, to a football team, kind of wear them down, and we saw that late there in the second quarter. The one thing that's been kind of surprising to me is our run defense, though. We haven't been able to really kind of put the clamps down on Geno right now. He's had some nice holes to open up and run through. I like what we did in the secondary. We kind of moved some guys around, put some guys back there at safety. Shea Harper he's not used to playing in that kind of space. He's used to playing a defensive end spot, but he's figured things out in the secondary, and I like what he's doing. He's catching the football really well, and he's had great coverage throughout. So just some things that we got to work on. The one main thing that we really have to focus on is keeping our heads in this game. Now we got to come out and play some great defense here in the second half because we're gonna be kicking off to them, but we just have to calm ourselves down. I trust our offensive line. I really want to see our defense clamp down a little bit better, though.
Yeah, a couple personal fouls really costing Roane County in that one. You got to keep your head. I know it's difficult in a rivalry game such as this. Both teams' emotions are running at max, and you just got to do your best to try to keep your head and keep your wits about you and go out there and play football and compete between the whistles. And hopefully Roane County can get things going in the second half. Now, as you look at the night sky, as it's starting to drop in temperature, I can already see dew on this field, and it is going to be slick willy. It always is late at night here at this field, so footing could be an issue for both teams. You got to hopefully shore that up. I think that, golly, somehow, some way, you've got to pressure Noah Collins because he just stood back there and looked wherever he wanted to.
Yeah, in that second half, they moved Matthew Schaefer out to the DN, and then they brought Christian Jarvis there on that same side where you're going against Jacob Morton and Black as well. They had some pressure coming there, and then we were able to bring some linebacker pressure from Paxton or from Delk, so that's a big deal. But, man, he's lining up 8 yards in the backfield. I mean, he could punt the football if he really wanted to. But, yeah, that's just how they played this offense. If you remember back to when number 2, Krasinski was the guy there at the quarterback spot. They did the same kind of things, and we just have to be able to get that pressure on him and play tighter defense in the second half.
Krajewski, my bad. 18-14, Roane County with the lead. Matt White, how did it happen?
Just like we thought, the two contrasting styles. Briar Begler, 14 carries, 102 yards in the half. Skylar Delk, 8 carries, 34 of the toughest yards he's ever had, but 3 touchdowns to lead Roane County on the scoreboard. Shea Harper chipping in some really nice carries, 5 for a total of 32 yards. Jacob Greathouse, he was 2 for 2 in the ball game. 2 early pass attempts for 22 yards. One of those going to Colton Paxton for 17, the other going to Begler for 5. 10 first downs in the half for Roane County. The 6 big penalties for 70 yards, 4 straight of the 15-yard variety, really hampering Roane County in that second quarter. 2 turnovers, 18-minute time of possession, 178 yards on the ground, 22 through the air, 200 yards of total offense in the first half for Roane County. Defensively, they were led by Lane Watson, 3 tackles, Brandon Richardson with 2 tackles, and Colton Paxton with 2, and Shea Harper with that interception at the end of the half. Clay County, a little bit on the ground, quite a bit through the air, but it was just the time of possession that was big. Geno Sams, he was leading the way on the ground, 6 carries for 40 yards and 1 score. Noah Collins with 1 carry for 11. Collins was 5 for 10 for 79 yards, a touchdown and an interception. 2 of those going to B.J. Williams for 38 yards, 1 going to Aiden Brown for 25 and a score, and Mateo McKinney with 2 catches for 16 yards. 5 first downs in the half for the Panthers, 4 penalties for 43 yards, 1 turnover, 6-minute time of possession, 51 yards on the ground, 79 through the air, 130 yards of total offense for the Panthers. In that half, they were led defensively by Jacob Morton. His family has shirts on that say salty.
Yeah, he plays salty.
He plays very salty. 7 tackles in that half. 6 tackles for B.J. Williams with an interception, and 4 tackles for McKinney, 2 tackles for Noah Collins, and a pick to lead the way for the Panthers. Add it all up, Roane County hanging on to an 18-14 lead here at the half. And like you said, we've got to kick it back off, so you got to play smart on defense.
Yep, the Panthers will receive the second half kick. Before that happens, we'll take a break for our sponsors. When we return right before the second half kickoff, we'll check scores around the state of interest in all 3 classes. You're listening to and watching Roane County High School Raider football on WVRC.
When the heat starts to rise, pick your perfect chill at your Spencer McDonald's. We are now offering our iced carbonated drinks. Try one of our 3 new flavors, Fanta Wild Cherry, Fanta Blue Raspberry, or Coca-Cola. Stop by today at your Spencer McDonald's. We are proud supporters of all Roane County athletes. McDonald's, I'm loving it, and so will you.
McIntosh Hardware Furniture and Appliances has been servicing Spencer and the surrounding area for over 50 years. McIntosh carries the finest selection of products to bring you the best value for your purchases. We are a full-line furniture, appliance, bedding, and hardware retailer. We proudly supply Amana, Frigidaire, Vaughn, Roane, Lazy Boy, Whirlpool, Brown, and Maytag products. Shop local and support local businesses who support local athletes. We offer what the big stores won't: sales, service, delivery, installation, and removal. Call 304-927-2700. Visit us on the web at macintosh.goretailer.com. Check out our Facebook page at McIntosh Hardware Furniture and Appliances, or stop by and see us at 204 Market Street in downtown Spencer. You've changed thousands of diapers, cut off hundreds of crusts, played hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose, because you do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Norman L. Daniels will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family, no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call State Farm agent Norman L. Daniels in Spencer at 304-927-5680 today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
NV Graphics has proudly been serving Roane and surrounding counties since 2013. We are located on Williams Drive in downtown Spencer, West Virginia. We offer screen printing, embroidery, custom apparel, team uniforms, signs, banners, trophies, and awards. Does your school, team, or league need help with fundraiser ideas? Then give us a call, 304-927-6466. That's our specialty, NV Graphics, open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, closed for lunch daily from noon to 1. Supporting local small businesses help directly support your kids in the community. Give NV Graphics an opportunity to earn your business. Thank you.
At Old Fences Realty, we are marketing superstars. Anyone who knows me, Mike Greenlee, knows that I'm marketing 24/7. From the Jeeps I drive, the incredible internet site, heck, right down to the clothes on my back, I'm marketing my listing. My logo is everywhere you look. Is that a coincidence? I think not. I've definitely made my mark on the world in farms, but don't forget, we're awesome at homes too. With increases in interest rates on homes, you need someone with the marketing tools to get it sold quickly. Call me, Mike Greenlee, broker for Old Fences Realty, and I will turn my professional team loose on selling your real estate right away.
The Spencer Pizza Hut is proud to be the exclusive sponsor of the Fan of the Week each Friday of the Raider football season. Stop in and see us at 509 Ripley Road, fill out an entry form, and drop it in the box at the front counter for your chance to win a free large one-topping pizza. Stop by the Spencer Pizza Hut for all of your favorites: original pan, original stuffed crust, hand-tossed or thin and crispy pizzas, breadsticks, cheese sticks, wings, oven-baked pasta, desserts, and more. Open 7 days a week, dine in or carry out. Call us at 304-927-4619 or order online at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Your bank shouldn't make you feel like you're on an assembly line. It's about you, your family, your future. That's why you're gonna feel good about Polka Valley Bank, because people have been feeling good about us for over 100 years. Bottom line, we have all the services of a big bank, but we're local. At Polka Valley Bank, our decision making is local. Our people get to know you and call you by name. It's a relationship with a bank that you can feel good about. See us online at polkavalleybank.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
We welcome you back to Clay County High School Bradley Field, the site of a very good battle going on here at the half. Roane County a slim 4-point advantage over the Panthers, 18-14. And I think the tone will be set right off the bat. Roane County going to kick it off to the Panthers, and whether the defense reigns supreme or the offense gets a score could could make a very big impact on the second half for either side. While we got a second and the teams are warming up, Matt White, let's take a look at some scores around the state of West Virginia.
Yeah, one we were curious about, Lincoln County and Ripley. Lincoln County up 6-0 at the half. Braxton County, they will be playing tomorrow
against Berkeley Springs, a Saturday game. Lewis County, next week's opponent, they're up 47-0 on Elkins. A big win coming for Lewis County in that one. Hoover off to a slow start, 0-2 on the year, but they're up 28-14 over Nitro. That one's in the third quarter. Our last opponent of the year, Oak Glen, they're down 26-0 to North Marion. That was in the second quarter. Independence up 36-0 on Polka. And then Nicholas County up 35-7 on Wyoming East. We'll check a couple of the single A scores. Work County up 47-6 on Gilmer. And then let's see, Buffalo and Mountain View, no score reported in that one. That's another opponent of Roane County's coming up is Buffalo. Williamstown up big, 48-0 on Ravenswood. St. Mary's up 49-0 on Calhoun County at the half. And the single A game of the week, East Hardy up 13-8 on Tucker County. And I was trying to look
for the Fighting Eddies.
I was trying to find the Fighting Eduardos here. 6-6 in the second quarter against Tigers Valley. My phone kept jumping there on me. But, as always, the most important score right now is Roane County up 18-14 on the Clay Panthers. Roane County will be getting set to kick off second half action here momentarily, about a minute and 20 seconds left on the halftime clock.
Coach Burdett meeting out to the field as his Raider team was finishing up their calisthenics, their stretches. Had a quick word with them, and the Raiders are to the sideline. We'll send one of our captains out. I assume probably will be Colton Paxton, just to make sure everybody knows that Roane County's kicking off to Clay County. Anybody not know that at this point?
You'd be surprised. You would be surprised.
So the Raiders will do the kicking, and I'd like to see I would love to see Coben Cottrell just rip into one, get it over the heads and into the end zone. He's got 2 touchbacks so far this year. He ripped the first one deep, and Roane County got a good tackle from Brandon Richards at the 25. And the next 2, though, have squirreled out of bounds and given the Panthers better field position at the 35.
Yep, just play our football game here in the second half. Got to get this defense coming out fired up, ready to go.
Yeah, this is a defense that always wants to go downhill all the time, and in this scenario where you're having to backpedal a lot because of this this passing threat, it's something Roane County historically has struggled at times to defend those predominantly passing teams. You think back to the up north Lincoln games that we had, with guys that get the ball out quickly and get the ball downfield. You know, Paul Burdett's style is you want to play downhill all the time. And that's what we've grown accustomed to, and that's my personal favorite is watching guys just blast into each other. But whole different ball game here.
B.J. Williams, Mateo McKinney back deep to receive the kick coming from Coben Cottrell at the 40. Kick will sail right to left off of your radio dial and right to left across your screen if you're on our YouTube feed. Second half getting ready to go. 18-14, a slim 4-point lead for the Raiders. Whistle blows, Cottrell surveying. Again, he is methodical in his approach. Leg in. That one squirrels towards the Clay County sideline. Williams is going to let it go again, and out of bounds it goes again. You know, you pick your poison there. Williams is a dangerous returner, John, so the 35 is not terrible.
No, but I like the coverage on that first kick, both Richards being able to get down there and make the stop. So Roane County now going to step out onto the field defensively. We're going to see if we're going to keep with that secondary that we ended off with there in the second quarter.
Got Sawyer Hunt out there at a corner now.
It will be 1st and 10 for the Panthers at the 35 of Clay County. They'll go balanced, twins to both sides of the formation. Standing to the right of the quarterback Collins is Gino Sams. Collins sends a man in motion near side. Snap back. Hand off Sams. He's got all sorts of room to run. The Raiders have not diagnosed that yet. That is a big 14-yard carry out to just shy of midfield.
Ooh, that's just a gash. We saw that on film against Midland Trail, Drew. And throughout the whole week this week, I thought, man, we're going to be able to shut this thing down. But they have figured out something there. They're sealing our backers and getting to the next level.
1st and 10, out just shy of midfield for the Panthers. First motion that they've had tonight. Balanced attack again, 2 to both sides. Collins hands it off. Sams again up the middle. Sams, big yardage, 9, almost 10. Just gashing the Raider defense up the middle.
Begler in there on the stop. Ori May helped out with that. We've got to stop this offense of Clay.
Gives Sams 8 on the carry into Raider territory. 2nd down and 2 at the 43 of Roane County. Snap is back. Hand off Sams again. Sams locked up at the line of scrimmage. He'll push out to maybe a yard depending on the spot. Did you see who the first man to beat him was?
Yeah, Skylar Delk in there to hit and wrap up. He lost his helmet, so he's going to come out. It's happened in all 3 games this season.
He will not pick up the first down. He will get 1 yard, 3rd and 1. Sams is still in.
And one of the things I noticed that Clay likes to do is take that split and try to like wheel him out into the flat to try to pull that that inside cover guy away so he can't come in and help on the run.
And that is B.J. Williams. He's a dangerous threat. 3rd down and 1 at the 42 of Roane County. Snap back. Collins keeping it himself. Collins right at the yard to reach. It'll depend on the spot. Good open field tackle by the Raider defense.
Yeah, Colton Paxson gets there, and our guy, Clay Walker, in there helping clean that tackle up. Clay's going to come out. Delk's going to head back in after getting that helmet fixed.
They might call for a measurement.
They did. So they'll bring the chain crew from the far side. The ball resting just short of Roane County's 41-yard line. 10 minutes on a stopped 3rd quarter clock here in the opening drive of the 2nd half. Roane County leading 18-14. Officials stretch the chain, and he's going to be about a half of a yard short. So a 4th down and short opportunity for the defense.
Yeah, that time Collins just tried to keep it himself. It was a run from the start. He's going to try to run behind Geno Sams there, but the defense of Roane County shuts that down very quickly.
They'll need just about a half of a yard, and you would think betting odds would be on Sams up the middle. The Raiders have only stopped him for no yardage 1 time here tonight. 4th and inches at the 41.5 for the Panthers. For the first time, Collins is going to go under center. He may sneak this. Sams may push from the backside. Collins goes under center. Sams moved early, and that's going to back the Panthers up. I'm not sure Collins got it anyway. The Raiders were there, but send them back 5 yards as Sams just took off early.
Yeah, he's trying to get up there and get that push, just like you said, Drew. He just rocked forward about 3/4 of a second too soon.
4th down 5.
So it's going to bring up a 4th down and 5. And they'll spread it back out. It looks 3 receivers coming to the Roane County side, 1 to the far side. They need the 41. For the pass play, they may be looking deeper. Collins in the shotgun, 3-step drop, looking over the middle, overshoots his target, Williams, and for the first time you had a little pressure in Matthew Schaefer.
Yeah, Schaefer coming off the edge there, and the ball sailed a little bit. Richardson in there on the coverage.
47 yards.
So the Raiders hold after a big penalty that moved the Panthers 5 yards back, giving the defense some breathing room. Roane County will take over possession at their own 46 with 9:19 left in the 3rd quarter, leading 18-14. Raiders going to go heavy to the left. Begler, 3rd man through. Begler running Possessed still.
You just seen bodies fall through there, Drew. Beggs drops the shoulder, runs over Morton, which is not an easy task.
Creeping just past the midfield stripe. Begler with the big carry to start this drive. It'll be second down and a long 5. Roane County now going to go seriously methodical. They want to limit the offensive possessions of the Panthers. To do that, though, John, you must score. You must get it to a 2-possession lead and then be able to continue to creep that clock down. Raiders unable to do it to end that second quarter. See if they can get things going here in the third. Second man, Paxton. Nope, that's Delk. Here goes Delk. Delk, one man to beat. Can he get past Collins? He will! Skylar Delk up the gut for the touchdown.
They just keep on chipping away, and then you see Delk break a big one. 4 touchdowns in the football game for this young man. Beautiful play, beautiful design run up the gut.
Well, so much for running clock, John Penna. Delk did that last week on the first score against Lincoln County, up the gut for 60+. This time it was 49 yards and some change. Raiders, they have got to make a 2-point conversion, John. They are 0 for 3 coming into this one. Heavy package. Greathouse goes under center. He's going to look to throw it. And he has got nowhere to go, and that one was blown up. So the Raiders 0 for 4 on 2-point conversions, but they make it a 10-point lead with 8:19 left in the third. 24-14 your score.
Good health. It means having the energy and strength each day to do the things you need to do for yourself and your loved ones. But what happens when you need help? The primary care team at Roane General Medical Clinic says, "We've got you." They're here to provide recommended screenings, see you when you're sick, manage chronic health issues, and refer you to specialists when you need them. Roane General Medical Clinic. Our providers are now accepting patients and offer care you can trust, close to home.
8:19 remaining in the third quarter. Roane County did the defensive work it needed to, Matt White, and then they struck quickly.
That was a big play. 2 of them on the drive, covered 53 yards, 1 minute off the clock. Skylar Delk, 49-yard touchdown run, 2-point conversion attempt. Now 0 for 4 is Roane County, but a 24-14 lead for your Raiders over the Panthers.
And the reason I keep talking about that is you put 8 more points, it's 32-14.
Yeah.
That's a much bigger difference. Cottrell to kick off, Williams and McKinney back deep. He sent the last 3 out of bounds. Approaches. This is high and shallow. This is going to be Williams with a chance to return it. He is dangerous. Raiders need to get a hold of this kid quickly. They do. They converge in the center of the field. Begler in there, as well as Shea Harper. And it will be first down and 10, right about the 35 anyway. In fact, I think it might be on the 35-yard line. 8:14 remaining here in quarter number 3. Back on offense go the Panthers. The Raiders trying to figure out how to keep these receivers from making big plays. They'll balance it out again. Ace formation for what Roane County calls it. 2 receivers to both sides. Sams has been very good in the backfield, though. He stands to the right of the shotgun. Snap coming to Collins. He'll look to throw. Pressured. Up the middle he goes. He'll dump it off. Outside there is Williams. Williams free. Williams is going to be tackled on the sideline, not before he picks up a massive gain. 18, I believe, on the play. At least, John, Roane County got some quick pressure on Collins. Got to keep that boy in front of you, though.
Yeah, he was able to step up into the pocket, deliver that thing to Williams. Richards on the coverage there, Drew. He fell. And then Colton Paxton able to push him out of bounds.
Again, footing is an issue here every time we're here late at night. Doesn't matter if it's rain. Trip receivers to the near side. That's the wide side. Single to the far side. 1st and 10 in Raider territory for the Panthers. Collins takes the snap. 3-step drop. He has got time. He'll launch it over the middle and in and out of the hands of McKinney. He just overshot McKinney a bit, but McKinney, you see, John, frustrated. He should have caught that one.
Yeah, he had an opportunity there. Good coverage, though. downfield by Begler. Lane Watson playing safety over the top. Very helpful.
24-14, Roane County leading. Stop clock 7:43 in the third.
Second down, 10.
A battle between two 2-0 AA teams here tonight. We expected this would be a dogfight, and it has been. Twin receivers to both sides. Collins staying in the shotgun. Sam's to his right. Here comes the snap. 5-step drop. He'll look over the middle. He'll launch it. He's got Williams wide open. Williams right there is Richards, but Williams had 2 steps on Richards, and the the chains will move and the clock will stop temporarily.
Richardson on the stop.
So this is the potency of the Panther offense. If you give Noah Collins time, he's going to pick you apart.
Yeah, Williams came in here with 22 receptions before the game started in 2 games.
He's got 4 here in the ball game for 71 now.
Out of the shotgun from the Roane County 34, 1st and 10 Panthers. Raiders leading 24-14. Snap back. Collins. Here's a deep ball. Oh my goodness, his man is wide open. The Raiders fell for the double move, and wide open was Joshua Beard, the sophomore, and he just dropped it.
Secondary, you got to keep your eye on your guys. You can't be looking into that backfield for that double move. Whew, a touchdown.
Big break for Roane County
by Clay.
2nd down and 10. That was a touchdown dropped. They'll split 3 to the near side this time. Collins, 8 steps deep in the shotgun. Hard to get to this guy. Snap is back. Looking over the middle. He's got time. Dumps it, and his man is tattooed, and a flag comes flying in. A tremendous play. The ball got to Mateo McKinney, and then Colton Paxton lit him up, and a flag is coming in from the far sideline.
Of course it's coming from the far sideline. They got some guys in their ears.
My goodness. Oh. And they're calling targeting?
On the field is targeting.
Yeah, we're watching the replay. If you guys are out there too, there is no way. He never ducked his head or anything. He went over the top.
That is awful. That was a clean hit. His head was to the side. He hit him in the side of the shoulder, and targeting is the call.
That's complete Bush League.
Just unbelievable on that one. It should be 3rd down and 10. It's now going to be 1st and 10 deeper in Roane County territory. Hard to handle sometimes. Hard to handle.
Just a textbook play by Colton Paxton.
A textbook hit. And if they could go back like they do in college and replay that one, that would not have been the case. 1st and 10, the Raiders, they have to shake that off now. 1st and 10 at their own 20 for the Panthers. 7:03 on a stop 3rd quarter clock. 24-14. They'll hand it off to Sams. The Raiders trying to wrap him up as fast as humanly possible. He'll pick up 2, maybe 3. Just frustrating, guys. It's just frustrating sometimes.
Paxton and Delk both in there to make the stop.
Give Sams 2 on the carry. 2nd and 8 from the Roane County 18-yard line. 6:35 and rolling in quarter number 3. The Raiders leading by 2 scores at the moment, 24-14. These 2 teams just absolutely a dogfight. Trip receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Here comes the snap. Collins going to roll a bit near side. Steps up in the pocket, and the Raiders finally got him.
Saxton, baby. There for the big sack.
That's one way to recover from a targeting penalty. Paxton, 2 back-to-back plays, including the first sack of Collins.
3rd down.
He stepped up in the pocket And it looked like Jarvis had the pressure on him, and Collins tried to run away from that, and Paxton got him. 3rd down and 11.
Just absolutely beautiful play there from Paxton.
24-14, 5:40 and rolling. Raiders leading by 10, 3rd and 11. Collins, snap back. Collins surveying. He'll dump it over the middle, and that is tipped, and that is picked off. Here come the Raiders with it down the sideline.
Lane Watson.
Lane Watson fighting towards the 40-yard line, and the Raiders, a massive, massive defensive play for Roane County. John Penna, who tipped that football? Brandon Richards was there for the coverage, but somebody got in front.
I believe it was Colton Paxton there.
Paxton, yeah.
Just right across the middle. He dropped back into coverage. The last play he blitzed, dropped back in coverage, and Lane read that thing great. Roane County with an opportunity here as Collins throws another interception on the season.
The play of the game defensively for Roane County as they stopped a charging Panther offense. Raiders take over 1st and 10 from the 40. How about the return as well from Lane Watson?
Big job flipping the field.
I say don't upset Colton Paxton. He plays even better when he's mad. Raiders going to go off tackle. Briar Begler continuing to fight with everything his body has. That was a hard 2 yards that he just got.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, ice bath tonight, probably tomorrow morning as well for Briar Begler.
He always runs hard, but he looks like he is running with a different purpose here tonight. He's looking a little bit injured right now, forearm maybe. Under 5 minutes and counting here in quarter number 3. The Raiders 24, the Panthers 14. The Raiders will stick with heavy package. Power I formation. Great House under center. Snap. That's Delk up the middle. Delk with a defender carrying. That's going to get out to the 45, brings up 3rd and 5.
I love it. You can hear Jared Greathouse from here. Don't let up, O-line.
This battle up front has been impressive. The Raiders, so used to in the first couple of games, wide open holes with which to run. They have had to fight for every single yard other than that big touchdown from Delk.
You want to be in games like this to prove to yourself what you're capable of.
Greathouse will come to the huddle with 20 seconds on the play clock. Under 4 minutes remaining in the 3rd. The Raiders could use a first down play right here. Heavy package. The Raiders have not veered from it. They look for the Cleveland. Clay County did not jump. Snap back. Handoff. Begler. He's got problems, and he'll pick up just 1. So the Raiders, after the massive, massive defensive play, face a 4th and 4 near midfield.
Morton in there once again, 10 tackles on the game for that absolute monster of the middle.
Looks like a Palomalu with that hair.
He definitely is. It should have been 43.
Well, no doubt right now the Raiders are going to go for it. Do they run another Cleveland here on a big 3rd down play and hope that the Panthers jump and give them the first, or do they just go for it?
You know, you can run it, but you have to have that play ready to go and snap the ball. Just run behind this offensive line.
We're about to find out. Heavy package to the left. 4th and 4. And there it is. Oh, my gosh, and they didn't give them the jump off sides. Number 55, or 66, was way across the line. They'll say he did not break the plane. Let's watch it here on the replay. That is 3 here tonight. 3.
Those are 3 plays that we need to be submitting into the SSAC for review.
Hey, I like to go back to Reese Bobby, Ricky Bobby's dad, when he says, that's egregious. Nevertheless, the Raiders have a timeout that they wanted to call if that did not get called. It didn't, so Coach Burdett takes a timeout with 2:45 left in quarter number 3. You're facing a 4th and 4. We've punted the ball 1 time this year. Well, we attempted to punt it 1 time this year, and it did not turn out well.
Yeah, not super effective, but our defense has played well here in the second half, Drew, so you may let your offensive line see what they can do. I don't like any kind of tricks here in this situation with a turnover being possible and allowing Clay County to get themselves into the end zone or a good field position. So run the football, stay behind those big guys up front. The guys in the backfield and the guys up front know what they need to do here. We've been in this situation before, and we've really gut checked ourselves and did a great job.
The Raiders need the perfect play call on 4th down and 4, just outside of their 45 at the 46-yard line. They must get past midfield. They lead 24-14 off of the big turnover. They'd love to keep this drive going and keep this clock rolling. They're going to stick with heavy to the right. Jacob Greathouse under center. Snap back, handoff, Begler, he's got the first down. And the only way he got it was he spun off of a tackle attempt by Jared Farabee, who was right there, a yard short of the first down mark. A big 4th down carry. They went heavy and went opposite.
Look at this jump and little pirouette in the air. Oh.
The clock will continue to roll. The Raiders' offensive series will continue to roll. Yeah. I'm calling it now. You have got to get this ball all the way down, John, and put it in.
Yes, you got to punch one in, but eat clock as you can.
1st and 10 inside the Panthers' territory at the 47-yard line. Quick hitter, Delk. And Delk, big yardage on 1st down. Got 2 hands on the football. I like to see that as well.
Going to get about 5 on that one. 91 now in the game for Delk to go along with his 4 touchdowns.
And Delk holding that thumb that he had heavily taped up before the game began.
Tell you what, that's just an injury that lingers for a long, long time. It'll be way after season before that thing even starts to feel better.
And unfortunately, as the season progresses, that is on his throwing hand.
Yeah.
Raiders churning up clock here. We're under 1 minute and 35 seconds in the third. 24-14 Roane County. 2nd down and 5 at the Panther 43-yard line. Traditional I. This time Beggs. Beggs to the outside. Beggs jumps over a defender. He got Collins down, jumped over him, and picks up the 1st down. Boy, Begler showing more emotion right now than I've seen.
Talked a couple weeks ago to our camera lady there, Katie Nutter. She said, Begler seems kind of quiet. I said, he's really intense when he plays.
Absolutely. We've got a timeout for an injured player. It looks just like a cramp for Mateo McKinney. So that's a good sign. McKinney was the one that took that mammoth shot on a clean hit that was called targeting the last series. And since that play, by the way, Colton Paxton made 3 straight, including the sack of Collins and the tipped pass that Roane County intercepted.
Yeah, just a cramp issue here.
Even though it's not quite as warm here tonight, we still are early in the season, and this just is one of those things that you see happening all the time. Let's just say it is always muggy and humid in West Virginia as players are getting set for the season. So first 2, 3, 4 games even, you see that. We saw Ori May down on the sideline earlier in this offensive set for the Raiders trying to stretch out a calf. So they're working on Mateo McKinney right now, trying to get that stretched and get some fluids in. Right now, Roane County has it 1st and 10 with a 24-14 lead. Matt, have you diagnosed where the ball is sitting right now?
It's hard to see from this angle. I'd say it's down just outside the 30, perhaps.
Yeah, I think
about
maybe the 32.
I was going to say about 32, maybe 33. It's hard to see from here.
So good to see Mateo McKinney up and walking off under his own power. Just a cramp.
PA guy said 32.
The 32? All right. I was right for once.
Mark it down.
We're just assuming that he's right, though.
The Raiders wanting to continue this drive and finish this drive off. It would go a long way to helping their cause if they could get that and a 2-point conversion. At that point, you're looking at a 3-possession lead.
Yeah, like I said, you can't leave points on the board like that. 0 for 4 on 2-point conversions tonight, or Roane County 8 points off the board.
New set of downs, 1st and 10, 32 of the Panthers for Roane County. The clock will roll now after the injured player. It was not a timeout. Single back in the backfield. That is Paxton. Snap back, quick hitter, Colton Paxton. And he'll hold two hands on the ball. He may pick up a yard. I'm not sure how much he gets there.
Yard.
Yeah, that was a double wing look there, Drew, and just a quick hitter for Paxton up the middle.
Just trying to give the Panther defense a different look and make them think a little more. McKinney back in after just one play out. We're down to 30 seconds. The Raiders don't have to run another play in this quarter if they choose not to.
At this point, I believe that would be wise.
And we'll give Paxton 2 on that carry. It'll be 2nd down and 8, and the Raiders will not run, I don't believe, another play.
And that'll get them back down here on this end where we can see what's going on.
I like that better. So the Raiders will run out the third quarter clock. They'll have a 2nd and 8 from the 30-yard line of Clay County, leading 24-14.
My name is Sina McDonald. I am running for Roane County Clerk. I have 12 years management experience running a small business in Roane County, 11 years experience with information technology support for the Roane County Courthouse, and 6 years experience of on-site support with West Virginia counties for the voting machines and election tabulation software. I believe my experience in technology and elections make me the ideal candidate for Roane County Clerk. On November 8th, please vote for Sina McDonald for Roane County Clerk. Every vote matters.
Paid for by the candidate. We welcome you back to Clay County High School, Bradley Field. We are into the fourth quarter. The Raiders have a massive defensive play on their hands. A tip bingo pick from Paxton to Lane Watson, a big return. The Raiders are in the midst of a drive offensively off of that turnover with a 24-14 lead. It's 2nd and 8 at the 30 of the Panthers.
Yeah, this is a big possession for Roane County. We took 5:30 off the clock in that third quarter on this drive. So now we take a few more minutes off. We can put ourselves out there ahead and sitting pretty for this game.
You always got to be weary, though, of that big play ability.
Absolutely.
From the passing game, but Roane County's done a pretty decent job overall
and again,
of containing that.
If you are able to punch one in here, that's what makes that 2-point conversion so important. 8 points are off the board right now. It would be 32-14 right now had the Raiders been able to convert on all 4 previous ones. But this one, if you get it in, would be just as important because it would make it a 3-possession ball game. Raiders staying on the sideline until the clock or until the play clock is whistled to start. Raiders will approach at the 30. 2nd down and 8 for Roane County. They'll move heavy. Greathouse under center. Snap back, quick hitter, Delk. Delk, he looks like he's got the first down, and he does. I believe he just followed his blockers straight up the middle. Great lead blocking, creating holes.
Yeah, B.J. Williams there playing in the secondary makes the tackle. So that tells you all you need to know about that pickup.
Boy, at the end of that play, Colton Paxton came running over to the sideline and switched helmets.
Yeah, helmet issue for Paxton. He came off there at the end of the quarter. Not sure what's going on, but as tough as he plays, something could be broken on that helmet.
24-14, Roane County by 10, 11:30 and rolling here in the fourth quarter. The battle of 2 unbeaten teams in Class AA.
He probably broke that helmet on that targeting call.
Traditional I formation. Snap back. Begler off tackle. Cuts it up, gets what he can. And that what he can is about 5 yards.
Yep, just keep on picking up positive yards and letting that clock roll.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Greathouse just standing over by Coach Burdett as the clock rolls under 11 minutes and the play clock down to 23. Coach Burdett just kneeling down right now, calling plays from the squatted position. Greathouse into the huddle with 12 on the clock. Raiders break it with 10. Watson hustles over to his position. 2nd down and 5 from the 20. Handoff, Begler breaks a tackle, spins off of Morton and down near another first down. A body comes flying out of the pile late.
Yeah, that McKinney is trying to get an Oscar.
Yeah, that's about the third time that he's flopped onto the ground.
We'll call it 3rd down and 2. The ball resting just inside the 15 at the 14 of Clay County. And we hear Jared Greathouse say, dig down deep, offensive line. Got a couple more plays to make some massive cavernous holes here for the runners. The clock continuing to roll. Greathouse got to hustle. They're going to break the huddle with 10 on the clock. They'll hustle to the line, or will they? 5 on the clock. Raiders set. Under center, Greathouse. Snap with 1 second on the clock. Delk doesn't have the first down. That one was a little too close for comfort, John.
Yeah, just didn't break the huddle quick enough. Got to put a little bit more emphasis on getting in there and getting the play going. But Roane County.
Yes, because when that happens, you saw the Clay County Panthers scrambling into position. The Raider linemen have no idea who their target is. He gains 1. It'll be 4th down and 1. This could be the play of the game.
We've got to be really smart here and not allow ourselves to put ourselves in a bad position by jumping off.
We need to be physical beyond physical right now. 8:45 and counting, 24-14. Heavy package, Greathouse, snap back, 3rd man, Begler. He's got the first down, and look at Colton Paxton and Bunner sending their men all the way down to about the 4-yard line, blocking to the whistle, and now Bunner and Christian Jarvis giving each other some love right there, saying, great block, buddy, great job.
And that's all that it was, and Clay County defenders just took offense to it because Bunner gave a little escort into the end zone.
So a fresh set of downs, 1st and goal for the Raiders, looking at about the 7-yard line. You put it in here, you get yourself a 2-point conversion opportunity, and boy, are the Raiders due for that. If you do that, it becomes a 3-possession ball game. The Raiders just tearing up clock right now. They must finish. Heavy left. Greathouse under center. Snap back. Uh-oh, the ball is on the ground. Oh, my gosh. Oh, no. The ball is on the ground. The Raiders lose the football.
On the fumble recovery.
Yeah, maybe just tried to pull out a little too quick there and get the ball back to his running backs. That's just a thing that happens in high school football. You got to shake that off. Now we got to play defense, Drew, and not allow Clay County to have any kind of momentum.
Of all the things that couldn't have happened, that was the biggest. 1st and 10, the Raiders made it to the 7-yard line. 7:55 remaining. Receivers everywhere for Collins. Snap back. Collins looking near side. He'll dump it deep far side. And back there is Watson again. Lane Watson with the interception. A stiff arm. Watson upended by Collins. Lane Watson, his 2nd interception of the ball game. Lane Watson does it again. No pressure on Collins, John. He just overthrew his intended target by a half a mile, and Lane Watson an over-the-shoulder grab for the big, big play defensively.
Lane just adjusted and turned into a receiver on that play as he backpedals, gets the ball over his shoulder, and a nice interception. How many picks is that for Collins now? 3 on the night.
That's 2 for Lane Watson. Could you say defensive player of the game possibly? Raiders back on offense. It just took 1 extra play, but they lost 30 yards on the catch. 1st and 10, Roane County. Hold on to the football, boys.
It's out. It's out.
The ball's out again. Did they lose it, or did they call him down?
They called him down.
Please let them have called him down. The whistle has been blown. The Raiders say that the ball is, or the officials say the ball's down.
Yeah, this guy on the near sideline, he was pointing to the ground.
So a flag coming in as.
So is that going to give that a delay a game on the defense?
That's going to be a sideline warning probably on Clay County. Head coaches out on the field.
And I tell you what, if ever Clay County had a claim, that would have been it. That ball was out, folks.
It was definitely out.
Johnny on the spot there was number 66, Braden Black.
Play a game on the D.
And, I tell you what, that doesn't give us back the 3 other ones, but that certainly helps Roane County's cause because that ball was out. So the Raiders get the gift.
Another chance at life here.
Another chance at life. I tell you, boys, you better grab that ball like it's your firstborn child from here on out. 24-14. This game has had so many odd moments like that.
Start the clock!
2nd down and 4 now for the Raiders. The clock has not started yet. It should be. 2nd and 4. Under center, Greathouse. Handoff, Begler. Bounces off the first set of tacklers. There was nowhere to go at the line of scrimmage. He hit his own player and quickly bounced outside for a pair of yards. It'll be 3rd down and short. Ball resting just inside the 31-yard line of Clay County. The yard to reach is just inside the 30. 6:55 and counting. 4th quarter, Roane County leading 24-14. They've been given a massive gift here. They need to make do on this.
Yeah, that last possession taking 9.5 minutes off the clock. Chance to really grind this one down.
3rd down and 2. Heavy right. Greathouse, 3rd man, ball on the ground again. Oh my goodness, the Raiders did not hold on to it again. It's out, it's Clay County ball. Mishandling the exchange, and the Raiders just cannot get out of their own way to win this thing. Another turnover for the Raiders, now with 6:24 left in the game, leading 24-14. Oh, my goodness.
Somebody get Drew a paper bag. He needs to breathe in it.
1st and 10 for the Panthers at the Roane County's at the Panthers 31. 3 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Snap back, Collins dumps it outside. Williams there. Williams looking for room to run. He doesn't have it. Great form tackling by Begler. Richards finishes it off.
He's going to lose yardage on that one.
Williams is down. He got twisted up there, and Williams is down still. So the officials are going to call an injury timeout. That was great coverage by the Raiders. Begler was not fooled. Richards came in to clean it up. And you can see the frustration on Noah Collins slamming his helmet to the ground, seeing his best target down with 6:06 left in this game. John Penna, the Raiders just can't get out of their own way. 2 turnovers with fumbles in the last minute and a half. The last one came when Roane County was basically driving it into the end zone on a 1st and goal at the 7. This time, after fumbling the last play, the exchange between Greathouse and Begler is not good, and it goes to the ground again. And the Raiders, boy, I tell you, they do not like to make things easy.
Looks like this could be a little more serious than what we thought. I thought it was just maybe a cramp.
Well, I saw him get twisted up.
He's
good
up
to see him up and walking off on his own power. But Collins will lose his best target for at least one play here. It'll be 2nd down and about 15 on the loss. The clock will start when the White Hat gets things set. 24-14 Roane County, 6:05 and counting in the 4th quarter. 2nd and 15. Collins out of the shotgun, 3 to the far, 1 to the near side. Collins taking his time surveying. Snap back. He's going to look to keep it himself. Running left, running right. Nowhere to go. He'll break to the outside, and to the out-of-bounds mark he goes, and somebody for Roane County threw 2 hands up, said it didn't touch a soul.
You don't even get that close to breathe on him. They're going to call it. The coaches over there in the officials' ear, hey, man, he's hitting him. He's hitting him.
Tremendous scrambling ability for Collins as he went back and forth for a second, got outside, got out of bounds, which stops the clock. 3rd down and 12, ball resting at the Clay County 29. 5:48 on a stopped fourth quarter clock. Collins surveys. Snap back, Collins. He's got time to throw. He's going to launch one deep. Out there is Shea Harper, and there is pick number 2 for Harper. A pair of sensational sophomores. Lane Watson with 2, Shea Harper with 2.
And Harper says, hey, man, Shea, you got, he says, hey, Lane, you got 2. I'm going to get 2. That's 4 INTs on the ball game for this secondary. It's something that we had to settle down and play, but I think we found something here.
Harper with his second pick of the game. That is 2 apiece for the 2 sophomores. Played perfectly was that route by Shea Harper. And if Roane County doesn't hold on to the football right now, I may stroke out. There's a possibility I'll have a stroke on the air. 5:40 left in the ball game. 24-14 Roane County. You just got to move the football. Snap back, handoff. Begler, Harper. No, it's Harper. Harper breaks free. Harper to the 30. Harper to the 20. Harper to the 10. Shea Harper.
That's it. Shea busts through the line, Drew, and able to use those long strides to pull away from the defense. You can see it right here on the replay. Boom, lowers his shoulder, long strides. Nobody catching this guy. He scored a lot of touchdowns on this football field through his career. That's a huge one tonight.
After the big defensive play by Shea Harper, he turns right around, goes off tackle, bust free, and into the secondary. Outraces the defense for the touchdown. 5:29 left in the ball game. Roane County leading 30-14. This, as every single play has been in the last 15 plays I'm calling, is important. Massively, massively important for the Raiders to get this one. The Raiders will go for the 2-point conversion, leading right now just 2 scores. 16 points is the advantage. And still tons of fourth quarter clock. 5:29 remaining. Raiders will go with a fully loaded backfield. Snap back. And it's going to be the freshman, Jacob Greathouse. Going to get to the edge. Diving at the pylon. Is he in?
No.
Just misses it short. What a play call. And Greathouse got out there quickly, dove for the pylon, and just missed it short. So it will stay tense here at Clay County High School. A 2-possession lead for the Raiders, 30-14. Matt White, that was a quick one, buddy.
Yeah, one play, quick strike, 13 seconds off the clock. Shea Harper, 55-yard touchdown run. No 2-point conversion. Again, 0 for 5. A lot of points left out on the board, but Roane County takes the 30-14 lead. How about you, Shea Harper? Harper, 6 carries, 87 yards, a touchdown. Delk, 14 carries, 102, 4 scores. And Begler, 23 carries for 139.
Harper very close to the century mark himself. When was the last time Roane County's ever had 300-yard rushers in a game?
Right now, I care not. I want to know if Roane County can stop this still very potent offense. You saw B.J. Williams. He's back in. That's a good sign for him, that it hopefully is not a major injury. And there is lots and lots and lots of time on this fourth quarter clock. Although Roane County has made 2 incredibly big defensive plays back-to-back, finally got a score on the board. Cottrell to kick off. Williams and McKinney back deep to receive. Cottrell, leg in, high, end-over-end kick. Williams at the 17. Williams looking to the far side, and coming in flying was number 13, Job Portillo, with Richards as well.
Yeah, Richards in there. He said, I'm going to take this right here, the opportunity to shut this down, and he did it quickly.
So a very good coverage play by the defensive unit for Roane County. And now the Raider defense will go back to work, and they need to continue playing big. 1st and 10 for the Panthers from their own 25-yard line. Raiders leading 30-14, 5:20 remaining. Collins out of the shotgun. He'll look far side. He's got his target over there. And B.J. Williams makes the grab. Good coverage by Roane County.
Yeah, Richardson, once again, step for step, does a great job of wrapping up and stopping that thing before it gets started.
Going to bring up a 2nd down and about 4 out past the 30 to the 32. The clock continuing to roll here. You don't want to give up a score, but if you do, you want to give it up with zeros on the clock. How about that?
Just continue to keep everything in front of you. Don't let anything over the top.
Balanced attack, 2 to both sides. Collins, he's going to hand off to Sams, and there is nowhere to go that time. Gang tackling by the Raider defense. They recognize that.
Paxton in there, leading the way, putting those stats up.
Brings up 3rd down. Big 3rd down opportunity for the Raiders. 3rd down and 5. It's Richardson. Golly, I've been calling Brandon Richards all night. He's new to me. Give me another game, folks. Richardson, I got it now.
I've been back and forth because I've been listening to you.
Under 4 minutes remaining, 3rd and 5.
Don't listen to Drew.
Collins surveys. Here comes the snap. He'll stand tall in the pocket, dumps it over the middle, and a great catch by Williams with Richardson right on his back. You keep him in front, though. Good pass and catch for about 7 or 8 yards on a 1st down out to the 40. Clock temporarily stopped as the chain crews move the chains. And now we've got an official calling a time. Waiting to get another ball in. 30-14, Roane County leading by a full 2 touchdowns. But the craziness of this game has led me to believe that nothing is impossible right now.
Roll the clock.
Yes, still not has rolled the clock. Still not.
Snap back, 5-step drop. Collins is going to dump it off and in and out of the hands of a sliding Williams. Little bit of pressure up the middle by Bunner and on the outside by Schaefer.
Yeah, I think Roane County's defensive front now starting to flex their muscle a little bit, staying in shape. Looks like Noah Jett's going to check out.
Yeah, Bunner will get a breather. Bunner says, I'm fine. 3:38, the clock stopped on the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the Clay 40. Raiders leading 30-14. Collins, ever dangerous in the pocket. 5-step drop. He's going to look to launch it deep down the field. Down there, and another pick right there.
Andy
Jetton, step for step with the pick. Flags flying everywhere. Jetton going down the field to the 50, to the 45, and we have got flags everywhere. I have no idea what all the flags are, but Andy Jetton making a tremendous defensive play on the pick. Now, a flag came in, John.
They're going to get a pass interference, I think, on the play, and then some excessive blocking down the field or something like a personal foul, I would imagine. If Roane County's walking all the way back, they assuming it's on them.
That looked like a tremendous defensive play by Jetton. Again, I don't know what that sideline official is seeing.
Well, I know what he's hearing.
Yeah.
He's hearing the calls being made from the sideline.
Jetton and his receiver were hand fighting a bit, but as soon as that ball came close, Jetton saw the eyes, turned his head, jumped up, and picked the play.
Great play by Jetton.
They're going to call him for pass interference, and that is awful. That is terrible again. Jetton made a tremendous play. So what is next after that? There were tons of flags, and as I mentioned, John, the craziness of this game back and forth in the last quarter and a half.
Previous spot, which will result in a Panther 1st down.
Guess they're just going to hold it at just the pass interference. Or are they going to wait to mark this off?
They may wait to mark it off afterwards. So the pass interference will give the Panthers a 1st down and big yardage into Raider territory. Now a personal foul penalty on Roane County. That's the 5th personal foul penalty on the Raiders. And what that does, John, is that gives the Panthers new life with 3:30 left. If they put one in here, that brings into play onside kicks, all sorts of things.
Yeah, and we've kind of traded turnovers there a little bit through that third quarter, or through that fourth quarter, middle of the fourth.
Boy, the Panthers have been the beneficiaries of a couple of massive pass interference calls. 5 personal foul penalties on the Raiders as well. 1st and 10 whistles. Timeout, Roane County defensively. We'll take it with them. 3:27 left in this one. It's not over anywhere close yet, folks.
Visit Slate Auto and Transmission, located at 302 Slate Road, Spencer, for all of your car care needs. We offer a wide range of services, including transmission work, new tires and alignments with brands like Mastercraft, Cooper, and Goodyear, regular and modified state inspections, major and minor vehicle repairs. We also have ASE certified mechanics. We appreciate every one of our customers. Call us today at 304-927-2250 to schedule your next appointment. We are open Monday through Friday. Slate Auto and Transmission, quality repairs by people who care.
This game has had it all, folks. Personal foul penalties being one of those things. The Raiders cannot seem to close out this ball game. They got a big second straight turnover defensively. They got a score that they needed, couldn't get the 2-point conversion to make it a 3-possession lead. They looked like they had Clay on the ropes with a 3rd down play. A great interception by Andy Jetton, taken away by another call over on that far side of pass interference. Add another personal foul. That's 5 for the Raiders, and we are 1st and 10 for the Panthers deep in the Raider territory with 3:27 left.
That's 8 penalties for 100 yards against Roane County.
Here we go. Do the Raider defenders have another big one in them? Collins stands tall. 3-step drop. He's got time. He launches it down the sideline and into the hands of his target, Williams. That is what you get when you give the Panthers extra plays. A touchdown with 3:20 left in this one, and a 2-point conversion away from this being a 1-possession ball game. Ugh. That was good coverage, just a great play and a great pass. Collins left it up. Williams out-leaped Richardson at the goal line. So the Raider defense, do they have another big defensive play here on the 2-point conversion?
It's these crossing routes here on the right side.
Collins in the shotgun. He'll roll far side. He's got pressure. Collins, he's got time though, and he dumps it into the end zone. Is it good?
No good.
No good. No good. Collins was pressured and he threw it low. And so the Raiders at the moment still a 2-possession lead. The onside kick is coming. So please get on the ball is what you can.
Hands team.
Bradley Mace earlier in this game, they tried to trick Roane County, and he ended up with a nice coverage play and return of about 10 yards. At this point, you're not looking for return yards. You want on the ball and on the ground as fast as humanly possible.
Yeah, and with the grass being wet from the dew and things like that, the ball's going to be a little slick. You really have to concentrate on getting on the ball, and then your teammates have to cover you, so then that way the ball's not going to get punched out on the bottom of the pile.
Whew. Turnovers galore in this fourth quarter. And, well, even into that latter part of the third. 2 picks apiece from Shea Harper and Lane Watson. And then Roane County, 2 fumbles apiece. This game has had everything and more that this dogfight we thought would have. Just a wild one, folks. A wild one here in Clay County.
Yeah, Roane County
different kicker.
Up by 10. You can see
it's going to be the lefty, Sams, kicking off. If you're Roane County, you have got to get on this football. They've got Richardson back by himself. Sams surveying. Big play. Sams, the onside kick. And into the head of Coben Cottrell. And where is the targeting? Where is the targeting? Cottrell took one helmet to helmet. Helmet to helmet.
first down and 10.
Coach Paul Burdett is out on the field, and he is absolutely beside himself livid. You could hear that from up here, and you could see it easily.
You can see here on the replay.
A great play by Coben Cottrell, and he got targeted helmet to helmet for it. Oh, my goodness.
You know, I mean, I said the first 2 times jokingly, but these are plays that need to be sent in to the SSAC because that is just egregious against player safety, which is what they try to enforce every single game.
So the Raiders have to fight this off again. You can't lose your cool if you're Roane County. We can in the stands. But if you're the Raiders, you've got 3:18, and you must hold on to the ball, John, and you must move the ball.
Yeah. You can't just let Clay County back in this ball game.
Under center, Greathouse hands it off. Begler. Uh-oh! There goes Begler. He's got one man to beat. Can he beat Sams? He can. And that may be the nail in the coffin, according to John Penna. He's putting the hammer down. I'm not so sure after what has transpired in this second half. But a huge play for Briar Begler.
Yeah, up the middle there once again. The offensive line doing their part. Gino Sams trying to chase Begler down, and Begler's going to win that race every time.
Oh, if I don't stroke out before this game's over, you guys are going to have to watch me on the way home. This has been interesting to say the least. 36-20. And again, John Penna, you need a 2-point conversion.
We'll go back and listen to this tonight and make a game out of it. How many times is Drew going to say we need a 2-point conversion?
Yeah.
Or this play is huge.
This play, yeah. There have been 70. And we've got a whistle. Did the Raiders run the play clock out? No. Coach Burdett calling a timeout before that happens. And I like that because Roane County was late to get to onto the field, and you do not want to go up to the line of scrimmage trying to hustle.
Yeah, on that last play, just replaying it in my mind, they had everybody in the box. Noah Collins was basically the playing safety. He's the guy that was left laying there as Begler continued to get down the field for the touchdown. It was just 11 guys in the box.
These two teams came into this ball game with just nothing but massive emotion, and they have showed the emotion throughout this ball game. It's been rope-a-dope back and forth in this second half specifically. The Raiders had numerous opportunities to not close it out, but make it a 3-possession ball game. They just have not been able to do it. And then when you think they just make another big defensive play, they turn it over with a fumble, and then you think the ball game's over. You get another pass interference, tack a personal foul onto it, a score following. It's just it's been that crazy, that crazy.
So back and forth, so many turnovers in the game, so many missed calls, so many bad calls. Turnovers have been just an issue. Now, Roane County just has to seal the deal here.
Through it all, these two teams have battled. That is the fun part about it. Neither team giving up. The Raiders have a 2-point conversion opportunity. They are 0 for their previous whatever. 36-20.
0 for 5, I believe.
Raiders break the huddle. They'll send Coben Cottrell out wide to the far side. Back split in the backfield. A pair of wings to the near side. Delk takes the pitch. Delk fighting towards the end zone, waiting to see, and they'll say no again. I thought his knee may have been down just shy, and so it continues. 3:08 left in this one, 36-20, Roane County.
Stats Pharmacy is a proud supporter of Raider athletics, school, and local events. We have served the community since 1940, and our customers' satisfaction is our #1 priority. We offer free local delivery and mail-out services. Stop in and see our great selection of giftware, including evergreen flags, Swan Creek candles, a new line of purses, and much more. Stats Pharmacy is located at 100 East Main Street in Spencer. Please call us at 304-927-2980.
3:08 remaining in the ball game. Matt White, the Raiders punch another one in.
That's back-to-back one-play drives for Roane County. That time Begler 52 yards, 12 seconds off the clock. We keep churning up these big long drives. And then turning the ball over and then immediately getting it back and just hitting a big play. I'm not sure what's up with Roane County's offense, but I like it.
Don't get me wrong.
Every bit of it, 36-20.
Don't get me wrong, John. I love scoring. But could we take at least a few seconds off the clock? Cottrell ready to do the kicking. Dangerous B.J. Williams back deep with Mateo McKinney. Cottrell approaches, leg in, high, deep kick, blasted it back to the 5. Goes Williams. Roane County needs coverage here. There's a block in the back, missed. Williams still working to the sideline. Raiders get him finally. They missed again. Richardson getting shoved in the back.
Oh. Well, how could you imagine that this officiating crew would miss a call?
Listen, I've been good.
This is one of the worst.
I've been good for 3 years.
I'm the one that always tries to calm you down when this stuff happens, but this has just been some ridiculously missed calls here.
These have been the Reese Bobby ones.
They are very egregious.
These guys got payback coming. Oh, here we go. 3 minutes remaining in this wild, crazy game. Would you expect anything less than max effort to the final whistle by either of these teams when facing each other? 1st and 10 from the Clay 27. Collins in the shotgun. Here comes the snap. Collins, nobody around him. He'll step up in the pocket. Pressure from behind. Dumps it over the middle. And a one-handed catch by Williams. And there is a penalty. That's going to be a tough one there for Andy Jetton. He got a hold of that horse collar.
I think he was just trying to slow himself down, Drew. You know, when you're kind of flailing out there, you get an arm out. I don't think that it was anything egregious.
Nah, it wasn't on purpose.
It's going to be called.
But it is going to be a horse collar tackle, unfortunately, for Jetton. So a big gain, once again, add to it. And immediately the Raider defense on their heels. That took just one play and 11 seconds off of the clock. 36-20, Roane County. And it's a horse collar tackle on Jetton. So the Raider defense, they've made big play after big play in the second half. They need another one here. They don't need to give up another quick score. The Clay County Panthers are obviously capable. Collins in the shotgun. Receivers, 2 of them to both sides. Clock stopped at 2 minutes and 49 seconds remaining. You have Williams in the slot on the far side. Collins surveying the defense. Here comes the snap. Collins looking near side. No pressure. Now he'll be flushed. Working over. There comes a flag that's probably going to be holding. Collins just delivered it over towards the sideline, and it will be holding on the offense.
Yeah, you saw the pressure from the outside. Matthew Schaefer, what a jewel this year at the DN spot.
Talk about a gamer. He's got that mashed up finger on his left hand.
He's got a mashed finger. Talked to his mom on Tuesday, and like, wow.
Did you see the picture?
Yeah, not cool.
Well, that holding penalty took place deep in the backfield, so this will move the Panthers back inside their territory at the 47.
That's way back.
Yeah, that happened in the backfield. I'll tell you what, the reason Clay County is so dangerous is they don't have very many holding penalties on this offensive line. In fact, that was the first one tonight. Raider defense gets a little breathing room. First and long.
Another about 30 yards to go. We know what happened last time.
Collins, 3-step drop. Looking outside, and his offensive man slips, and that is just tough for Williams. He made a nice move on Richardson, but as soon as those 2 feet planted, this field just doesn't allow that.
Yeah, there's not many cuts on this field. Never has been. Good coverage there, though.
Brings up second down and very, very long. 2:26 on a stopped fourth quarter clock. Raiders leading by 2 scores, 36-20. Collins taking his time. 3 receivers far side. Aiden Brown by himself to the near side. Collins surveying the landscape. Snaps his hands together. Here's the snap, 5-step look. He'll dump it over the middle, and slipping and falling again was Williams. Jetton was right there. I tell you, Andy Jetton has grown massively here tonight. He has gotten a couple of tough calls.
Yeah.
Well, that last one wasn't. It was just
yeah, just the thing. He had an interception that was just taken away by the officials earlier.
And this is not the easiest team to play well as a defensive back on. They will force your hand from start to finish. They have really, if you look at the defensive backfield, this was what we knew was possible, and they have really adjusted since that first drive, John.
Yeah.
Yeah, 26 pass attempts now from Collins.
It'll be 3rd down and very, very long with 2:21 remaining in this contest. 36-20, Raiders leading. 3 receivers near side. 1 to the far side. Snap to Collins, looking near. Steps up into the pocket, goes to the outside edge, and he has got his target. Boy, Begler was right there. McKinney makes the grab on the sideline. It'll still be a 4th down and long. So 4th and long. The clock never moved. The clock never moved, so still 2:21 on the clock. It'll be 4th down, and we'll call it what, Matt, 17? Twins to the far side. Twins to the near side. This is the ball game for Roane County. 36-20. A stop here could effectively end the ball game. Collins gives a look to Williams. He's going to look at Williams. There's Williams out on the far sideline. And whistles flying. What is going on here? The Raiders were not even set up. And a flag comes in.
I think it was a flat-out tackle by one of the offensive linemen here.
Well, I hope so, because Roane County was not lined up defensively. And when they were not lined up defensively, that was a wide-open look for a 1st down.
Don't run the clock when there's a flag on the field.
Now the PA guy getting into it, John Pitta. He goes over the loudspeaker and says, "We don't run the play when there's a flag on the field."
They're not running the play clock when there's an actual play running. That's the problem.
I think that was the issue. People are saying we don't care if it's a flag or an out-of-bounds play. What we care is there was 2:21 on the clock when the play started. There was 2:21 on the clock when the play ended as well. The big deal, though, for Roane County is that penalty moves it back 4th down and very, very long with 2:18 left. The Raider defense, once again, John, has a chance to close this thing on out effectively close it out, not for good.
Now they're getting the clock running, finally.
So Collins standing 8 yards deep in the backfield. You got to keep him in front if you're the Raider DBs. 4th and forever, the snap back. Collins steps up into the pocket. He's got pressure, and he's going to be sacked by Christian Jarvis.
Easy, Christian.
Ori May was on him as well, and Christian Jarvis finishes it off with the big sack.
There's the nail in the coffin we were looking for earlier, Drew.
Collins had Ori May, John, from the backside pressuring. He felt the pressure, stepped up, and Christian Jarvis shucked his man and finishes with a big sack. So 1:58 left in this one. The Raiders leading 36-20. If I'm Roane County, I don't care how many timeouts Clay County has. You kneel on the football.
Yeah, we have to make sure the clock rolls, though.
Well played, John Penna. Well played. This game has been as nutty as any I've seen this entire second half.
Oh.
It has been wild, to say the least. Two teams who want to beat each other worse than anybody else on their schedule. Raiders go under center. Snap. Handoff. Delk straight up the middle with 2 hands on it. He'll pick up a good 7-yard carry. And we don't know how many timeouts Clay County has. Or Matt, do you have that?
I have no clue.
In fact, I'm not sure if they have called one in the second half.
According to this officiating crew, they've probably got at least 9 left.
The clock will roll, 1:35 and counting. The Raiders will not snap this for quite a while, 30 on the play clock. This has had it all, and you know you're going to get craziness when Roane and Clay play each other. You never thought you were going to the PA announcer over the loudspeaker arguing with the fans. But sometimes
if you have to argue back against the fans, you were probably wrong.
Very interesting. Under center goes Greathouse again. Snap, handoff, Beggs, and that's a first down. And at this point, the Raiders can kneel on the football. Boy, this game has had it all. Neither team was letting go of this game. The Raiders just had a few things here, a few things there. They got the turnovers defensively when they needed them in the worst way. Even with turnovers by Roane County at crucial times and big plays by the Clay County offense, the Raiders are going to win the battle, the rivalry of these 2-0 teams. This one will go down in history. I'm not sure if John Gray got kicked out or not, but he's heading to the house early. 25 on the clock. Jacob Greathouse, the freshman under center. They'll hand it off. Shea Harper picks up big yardage, and the Raiders will not have to snap the football again. Roane County comes into Bradley Field on the heels of a tough 2019 finish to that one, and they just grind out the victory by a final score of 30-26. This game had everything and then some. We'll take a break for our sponsors. When we return, we'll recap the ball game. We'll have your statistics and your Willard C. Starcher Auto Parts players of the game after this.
All you need is parts. All we need is parts. All we need is parts. Parts. Parts is all we need.
Well, maybe not all you need. Sometimes you need more. Willard Starchers has you covered with lots of parts and more with their high quality and strong sales staff to help diagnose your repair issues and provide you the expertise to ensure that you get the right parts, tools, and fluids to get your job done. If your car needs fixed and you need some parts, who are you going to call? Willard Starchers. Open 7 days a week. Dial 927-2520.
Here's to the grown-ups. Your car is now your office, stage, nursery. Erie Insurance offers products that lots of other companies don't. That's a big deal, and it's a good deal, too. And with Erie, you get your own independent agent, not a giant corporate call center or some online robot. You meet with a real person, like this.
Your Erie agent in Spencer is the Ashley Insurance Agency. Get a quote at 304-927-2175.
Erie Insurance.
Our house is a very, very, very fine house.
This is Jennifer Board-Nichols at Board Depew Realty. So many things have changed around us lately, and we are all concerned about what the future holds. During these uncertain times, we want you to know that one thing will not change, and that's the service and the professionalism we will offer you at Board Depew Realty. My grandmother started this company over 64 years ago, and one thing hasn't changed. If you use Board Depew Realty to buy or sell your home, you are guaranteed to receive service that is guided by principles like honesty and wisdom and a conscience. Owning a home is the American dream, and that hasn't changed. So let Board Depew Realty show you the way to that dream. Even if the times are changing, principles and service shouldn't. So let Board Depew Realty show you that some things remain the same.
Our house is a very, very, very fine house.
We welcome you back to Clay County High School, folks. That one had everything and then some, with a little bit of craziness sprinkled on the top. Roane County somehow, some way, just finds a way to get this one done on the road in a already intense environment it was going to be between these two teams. Add to that just some craziness in the third and fourth quarters. Add to that all the turnovers from both sides. Add to that big plays, and on top of big plays, big penalties. And what you get is down to the wire. It was never a secure ball game for either of these teams. When you think Roane County has a chance to get it done, they have a big strike play with 3 minutes left. All of a sudden, down goes the offense of Clay County, and they get another score on the board. It's just, it had it all. It had then some. It had just intensity. It had fire that we expected from both these teams. We knew both these teams were going to come into this ball game with emotion. And we pretty much threw out the keeping their emotions in check about the early third quarter, mid-third quarter area. There were some personal foul penalties on both sides. That you never like to see. But I like that both sides were able to fight that off and not continue to let that brew. It was just in weird situations late, personal foul penalties from both sides. The Raiders were really, really hampered with those. I'm not sure the final tally on personal foul penalties, but I think it was up near 7 or 8 for the game. The Panthers had a few of their own. Even into the latter part of the game, we had the PA announcer on the PA live arguing with the Roane County sideline and the fans. It was surreal, to say the least, but what you did see, John Penna, was on the field. You saw a Roane County team that was able to flex its muscles on the offensive line. I tell you, I know that Delk, Begler, and Harper run the ball with some serious force, but they ran with a different purpose here tonight. I think they knew that if they didn't run at 100%, if they didn't run that way so physically the entire night, I don't think they wear down that defensive line and the linebacking core of Clay County. What we saw towards the end was 2 big strike touchdowns, one for Shea Harper and one for Begler. And I think, John, that may be a culmination of punishing rushing with lead blocking and blocking up front.
Yeah, and that's what it came down to. Roane County just did what Roane County does, and that's just continue to wear down that defensive front and give our backs an opportunity. Man, when you give Shea an opportunity to with a crease, he's going to win foot races. If you give Begler, I mean, he's a state track guy, and then Delk as well. So it's just nice to have the guys up front that put in all that work through the offseason. It's never easy, and it's never really rewarding to be an offensive lineman unless you're in this program here.
Just a crazy game, and I'm thinking about it. I was thinking about it throughout the fourth quarter. When I call Metro News High School game night, I'm not going to be able to remember every big play. I'm just going to have to break it down into we had 4 interceptions in the latter part of the third and throughout the fourth quarter that gave us possessions back. We gave a pair of them back. I don't know. It's just going to be nuts, and that's what makes it so fun, high school football. Just wow tonight. This was memorable for sure. Final score, 36-20. Roane County wins it. They remain undefeated at 3-0. And the Panthers, they got a lot of winnable games coming up here. Who knows? Maybe these two teams meet again later in the season. Matt White, sorry, break it down for us.
Ooh, really? You're gonna now that would be something. A playoff matchup with these two schools on the turf field at Roane County High School.
I apologize. Let's
all premonitions.
Coach Paul Burdett would say, hey, we went 1-0 tonight, and next week we're going to try to go 1-0 again.
Hey, we went 1-0 because of the ground and pound game tonight. Oh, my gosh. Briar Begler, 25 carries, 196, 1 touchdown. Skylar Delk, 15 of the toughest carries I think I've ever seen that kid run. 109 yards, 4 touchdowns. Shea Harper, I hope when they go back and review the actual yardage that he's over 100 because I had him at 7 for 95 and a touchdown. Big plays from the sophomore and including those 2 picks on defense, but we'll get to that later. Jacob Greathouse, 2 for 2 through the air for 22 yards. Paxton, 1 catch for 17. Beggs, 1 catch for 5. 15 first downs for Roane County. 9 penalties for 115. 4 turnovers. 32-minute time of possession. 412 yards on the ground. 22 through the air. That's 434 yards of total offense for Roane County. Defensively, Paxton with 6 tackles, 1 sack. Christian Jarvis with a sack. Brandon Richardson with 6 tackles in his debut for the Raiders. But the 4 big plays, 2 picks for Shea Harper and 2 picks for Lane Watson. Just absolutely a mammoth game all the way around for these guys. Clay County, though, they hung around. They made it tough throughout. Geno Sams, 11 carries, 65 yards, and a score. Noah Collins, 13 for 27 for 183, 2 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. Roane's defense came up huge in this one. B.J. Williams, 9 catches, 130 yards, and 1 touchdown. Aiden Brown with 1 catch for 25 and a touchdown. And Mateo McKinney, 3 catches for 28 yards, 12 first downs, a majority of those coming in the second half. 9 penalties for 98 yards for the Panthers. 4 turnovers of their own, 16-minute time of possession, 71 yards on the ground, 183 through the air. That's 254 yards of total offense for the Panthers. Defensively, they were led the way. Jacob Salty Morton, 10 tackles and a fumble recovery. B.J. Williams with 9 tackles and a interception and a fumble recovery. And then Noah Collins with 2 tackles and 1 interception. Almost doubling, or almost 200 more yards of offense for Roane County, and just the ground game was just magnificent. Add all that up, 36-20, your Raiders come out on top after a wild one.
I've now calmed down to the point where I think that nitrate pills will not be necessary. However, this one will live in my brain for quite a while. This one was just fun. It was fun. It was aggravating. It was everything that you would want out of a Roane County and Clay County rivalry matchup here at Clay County High School. What a finish to the ball game. What about 50 finishes almost? I mean, there were about 50 times where the game could have ended and never did. So Roane County improves to 3-0, 2-1 Clay County. Take one final break for Willard C. Starcher Auto Parts. When we come back, we'll wrap things up here from Clay County, West Virginia with our Player of the Game Award.
It's summertime, 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 summertime.
It's summertime and you just blew a hydraulic hose on your tractor. Your hay is down and the rain is coming. What do? Call Willard Starchers. They can repair or make you a new hose to get you back on the job quickly. Willard Starchers has belts for your mower, batteries, small engine, and ATV parts. They even keep 5-gallon buckets of hydraulic fluids too. When you need parts for repairs, who you gonna call? Willard Starchers. Dial 927-2520. Open 7 days a week.
Oh yeah. It's summertime, summertime, summertime.
We welcome you back to Clay County High School. And this was a wild one. We knew that both these teams were going to be highly motivated to beat each other. We didn't expect it to get so chaotic in the fourth quarter with turnovers back and forth and crazy plays back and forth, arguments from PA announcers and fans alike. So 36-20 in the end, Roane County gets the job done in a chaotic fashion. They stay undefeated at 3-0. Clay County now 2-1. We'll talk about the next broadcast here in a second. John Penna, you have got a decision or two to make on our Player of the Game awards for offense and defense.
Well, I can do what I want to do, so I'm going to do it. So for offense, the three-headed monster tonight just ran behind the offensive line. Begler, 25 carries, 196 and a touchdown. Delk, 15 very tough carries, 109. 4 touchdowns, and Shea Harper breaks it free late in the ball game. He had 7 carries for 95 yards. And then you're also going to give Shea a nod on defense, and Lane Watson, both of those guys on defense with 2 interceptions apiece. The sensational sophomores is what you called them, Drew. So congratulations to those young men.
Just an amazing finish to this ball game. It had it all, folks. What it had in the end was Roane County on top, 36-20. The Raiders will be back in action next week. Their third straight road game will travel to Lewis County High School for a 7:30 match. We have it listed at 7 o'clock, but they changed it. It's 7:30 at Lewis County High School. Now, we will not be able to do video broadcasting there due to NFHS network rules. They have a contract, so we will not be able to live broadcast that on video. We will record it. We will still be on the air with the radio broadcast, and we'll upload it to our YouTube YouTube channel the following day for that one. For Clay County, they will face Sissonville right here next week with some winnable games. And, boy, what a finish to this one. Don't forget, next Wednesday night, the Raider Review on Wednesday night at 7:05 p.m. We'll have Coach Paul Burdett in studio, assuming he can still breathe at that point. We're going to try to get another special guest for our Legends series. And we'll talk all things Raider sports, including this one tonight. We appreciate you joining us on WVRC 104.7 FM on our YouTube channel and streaming live through our Facebook link. For our entire broadcast crew, George Allen, our studio technician back at WVRC Control, Katie Nutter, our camera person, Joe McDonald's with A&M Digital Technologies providing the graphics, the instant replays, and our scoreboard, John Penna, my color commentator, Matt White, the statistician. I'm Andrew Miller. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone.
Egregious.